Shit, you know what it is, man. Everybody, hey, welcome back to another episode of Red Cup Rants. I'm your host Drake, and I got my boys with me. I got Mad Mike and Big Dex. What's going on, man? We're missing one of our brothers. He might join us tonight. He might not. I know he's been working hella hard. Big deal. So, what's going on, man? Another Tuesday.
Man,
Lives, man. He's saving lives, and I'm trying to end lives, man. All right.
God
Yeah,
damn it, man.
I've been looking at the selective outrage today on Facebook. It's been pretty crazy.
Oh boy.
That's
Man, we
that's
starting
why
with
I'm like
we
really upset.
really
That's
we
why I got
starting
my
with this
I
hat.
got something
bullshit.
to
We
say
starting
about
with
Shout
this
out
that.
bullshit.
all the shout out all to the single mothers. Gotta get that tuition paid, you know.
Yeah.
Because I am a full veteran. Not only am I a Navy veteran, I am a strip club veteran as well. So get it how you live. You know what I'm saying?
That ain't
All right,
PG.
Figure
Dre,
I
you
bring
got
That
it,
ain't
bro.
figure I
PG.
bring a
That's
little
not
flair.
PG.
Figure I bring a little flair to the show, you know, since we're
Oh,
going
so
live.
you Ric Flair today, huh?
Hey man,
Woo.
I don't have no
Okay.
Rolex and no Gators and no jet, but shoot, I could say woo.
Well, I got a
You
Samsung
got a
that
couple
count.
bands. You got a couple bands you can drop. That's all. That's just
Man,
enough. That's
whatever, man.
okay.
I'm trying to, you know,
We trying to be
you know
like
me.
you when we grow up, sir.
I still got great value. You know, I take great value, so you know I'm kind of cheap. So you know, I ain't like
See,
balling
you
like
didn't have
that.
to bring that up.
You can eat that
Look,
You
cheap
know,
food
everything
by
was.
yourself, sir.
El Cheapo, man. You know me, El Cheapo. That's my name, El Cheapo. So it is what it is.
But you still my brother though. You still my
Mhm.
brother
Facts,
though.
facts, big facts, big facts. All right, so
All right, fellas. What's
what's
on
on
the
the agenda
itinerary
today?
for today? Well, I got a few things. I'm gonna actually take one of the things off the list. No offense to LaDonna, but I'm gonna lead that to one of our network stablemates. I think he'll probably handle that last topic
Cha-ching.
better than we can. So when that time comes, I'll let y'all know how to get that information. Stay tuned for that. But the way we gonna take off this first show, we're gonna talk about these college football playoffs. We're not gonna mention the number 5 team
Oh boy.
because if you do, I'm ready to fight. So y'all can kiss my ass. But other than that, it's college football playoff time, fellas. What you got?
Oh yeah.
I let
Oh
Mike go
yeah.
because he I know he's got a bone to
Well,
pick
I gotta go. I gotta
because
go
you
first.
have
You the host.
because you have a bone to pick with our team, and you laid out some pretty good
Nope.
facts. So
Nope.
I'm gonna let you go ahead and handle that. All right. So
Why everybody
I'll let
look?
you
I've
go
been
ahead.
telling people this myself, and not no. I haven't been as radical as Duke has.
Oh Lord,
Um,
we bringing up Duke
That
this
guy.
early in the show? God
Duke,
damn.
I don't.
man.
You know what? Honestly, I don't even know why. I mean, that dude's cool. Sometimes I just want to be like Bernie Mac and just choke the
You
shit
want to
out,
choke the shit out of them just like me. You
choke
just
the shit
want to
out.
choke them sometimes.
But I will say
Just
this. I will say this about Duke. When he has a point, he will stick with it. So he
Until
doesn't
the end
switch
of
up.
time, my
I'll give
guy.
him that.
he
I'll give
Until
him
will.
time.
He
that.
definitely will.
I'll give him that. So, and I told him plenty of times he can always come on the show, and if he wants to come and express his opinion, he's more than welcome to come. So,
Oh,
hey, Duke, if
absolutely.
you listening, the invitation's still there. My invitation never wavered because we disagreed. You know what
Oh
I'm
Oh,
no,
saying?
no,
absolutely.
no. See, Duke, you got to understand the front porch is always open, and I'll leave a folding chair for you to come on and sit down and discuss and argue your points. You may make some good ones, you may make some bad ones. It just depends on how we feel, but you always welcome. We
Oh
welcome all
yeah.
kind
Oh
of people to the
yeah.
show, whether you
Oh
agree or
yes.
you disagree, because that is the joy of how it works.
Yes, sir. That's how it works here. That's how it
Well,
works here, man.
Mike, I am interested, like Dre is, on your opinion on the college football playoffs. I will say that the rankings are, LSU, they sitting at the top spot. Ohio State is number two. Clemson is number three, and I believe Oklahoma slid in at four.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Oklahoma's number four. Which I said it last week. I said it last week.
You
And
did,
if
you
Georgia
did.
was to lose, if Georgia Utah was to lose, which they did, the winner of that Oklahoma Baylor game was going to be the
Ho-
fourth seed. And I was right.
However, um, that South Carolina loss for Georgia, I'm not sure if it's playing more of a factor or
Well, it
less of a
really did.
factor because
You know
Georgia
what?
ended up at five. Kind of tells me that the South Carolina loss didn't play that big of a factor. Because if it played a
Honestly, I
big
didn't.
part,
You know
you would have
what?
ended
It
up at
didn't
like eight.
really. it really didn't affect us because we still got a Sugar Bowl invite. That's a major bowl.
Right,
It may not
right.
be a major bowl. It may not be. It may be a letdown to Georgia fans, but
We're
I mean the
still a
Sugar Bowl is
top
still
five
pretty big. It's
team.
still a pretty big bowl. So
Right, we're still a top five team in the country.
right, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
To be a two-loss team, to be a top five team, and one of your losses is at home to South Carolina. That tells me that that loss might not have been that bad because we could have won if we would have won that game. What would have had us, a three?
Well, I mean, I think the fact that we got that bowl bid is because in the bowl committee eyes, we were still the second best team in the SEC behind LSU.
And by leaps and bounds,
I
we're
mean,
the
I
number
know,
two
and
team in the SEC.
I know, there's a lot of Florida fans listening, and they talking shit. But remember, we beat y'all on Jack.
Man, get
We
out of
beat
here
y'all
with
I
on
that,
Jack.
man.
mean, by leaps and bounds, we're the number two team in the SEC.
Yeah,
Oh, and the
and
reason why
Florida fans, I hear
Alabama
y'all.
isn't there is because y'all don't have a proven quarterback. Tua's gone.
Right.
What you
And
gonna
then
do?
on top of that, I will say this. I hear a lot of Florida fans talking about, oh, we should have got the Sugar Bowl. Y'all still got the Orange Bowl. That's another major bowl.
That is
Because
that's a
Major
top.
bowl.
That's a
technically,
New Year's Six
right,
bowl,
it's
right?
New Year's Six Bowl. So technically, Alabama should got the Orange Bowl, but they didn't. They gave y'all the Orange Bowl. So y'all need to
Mhm.
pump y'all brakes about how y'all the second best team in the SEC. Y'all still got a major bowl, so I don't want to hear that about Georgia got a major bowl. Y'all got one too, so bump your brakes
Well,
just a
Man, relax.
just a little bit, just a little bit.
Johnny Talk Sports says is Georgia in the Sugar Bowl again? Yes, we're playing
Johnny, what's
Baylor,
going
but
Yeah,
on?
they are playing
we're not
Taylor.
going to be. Baylor will not be beating us by 14. So I'm gonna need you to pump
Well,
your brakes there.
I will say this. It depends on a couple things. Number one, Andrew Thomas and DeAndre Swift both are non-committal about playing. They don't know if they're going to play or not. Honestly,
I
if it
don't
was
blame
me,
them. I mean, if you
honestly, if
got
it
a
was
draft
me,
chance, then
right, I wouldn't. I would if it was me personally, I wouldn't play. I know a lot
especially
of people
Swift,
get
he's
mad
hurt.
about
So
it.
why risk it?
And he's hurt, and that would give us
Hmm.
enough time to see guys like Zeus Thomas and McIntosh and Cook do their thing. DeAndre Swift is pretty much, to me, is a top 20 pick in the NFL draft next year. The man has the tools to be an every down back. Kind of like reminds me a little bit of an Alvin Kamara, Todd Gurley type. Me personally, if I was DeAndre Swift, I would just skip this bowl altogether. Andrew Thomas as well. I said it yesterday. I said Andrew Thomas would be the first offensive lineman taken off the board. To me, I think they should skip it, especially DeAndre Swift because he's injured. Ain't no point in you trying to play a bowl game. And I don't want to sound selfish on this whole matter, but if you're not in the college football playoff, I don't think you need to play. That's just my opinion. To me, I know a lot of people gonna get mad
Especially
about
with
that
a
and say,
lot of
"Oh,"
recruiting.
a
A
lot of
lot of
people
these
get
big
mad
time
about that.
recruits.
A lot of people gonna get mad and say, "Oh, they shouldn't play. They should play because it's the pride of school." Look, if I'm gonna be making 30, 40 million dollars at the next level, fuck your bowl game. Honestly.
Yeah,
I mean, you
yeah.
see what happened to Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley and Nick Chubb, they lost a
Hmm.
lot of money getting
And you
injured. And
saw what happened, right? And you saw what
Yeah,
happened to
Todd Gurley
right?
went from a top five pick to
Well, he went number 10. Todd Gurley still went 10, so he
but
didn't
he's
really
suffering
drop.
right
But it's
now.
guys
He's
like
right,
suffering right now because of it.
and he should have been Todd Gurley and Nick Chubb should have been top three picks. However,
well,
both of those injuries knocked him down.
yeah, and I understand that, but going from a top 5 to a top 10 is not that bad. Going from
It's
top
not.
five
It's not.
going top 5 to the last pick in the first round, Reuben Foster, that says a whole lot. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
mean, it's not. But that money wise, it is. But talent wise, no, it's not that big. Not that big.
it's not that good, but you know what? That's why a lot of these college players now have insurance policies to
True.
deal with
True.
stuff
True.
like this. So
True.
I
Well,
mean, I
I
can't.
don't want us to get infatuated with the dogs. You know, that is our team. All three of us, we are
Oh
dog
yeah,
fans in here.
like I said
So,
before, I said we all. I
what do
think we all
y'all think about these bowl games? How do you think they're gonna play out? Because based on what I've seen, I got LSU taking it, and it don't matter who they play. I got LSU taking it.
Nah, I think honestly,
Joe Burrow showed me that
me
he's
personally, I
Houdini.
said it last week. I said it last week. To me, Ohio State's the most balanced team in this four team field. Yes, they struggle with Wisconsin, but Wisconsin was ranked number 8. Yes, I know LSU. They beat a top 4 team in Georgia, but come on, Georgia don't have an offense. I mean, Wisconsin kind of
I
gave it.
mean, that's where I was. That's exactly where I
But
was
at the
going.
same time, I still say LSU because Ohio State
But see,
still
but
they
see,
struggled with Penn State into the last
I'm
quarter.
gonna take the obvious route.
Ah,
The one team that's
ah.
in the playoff nobody's talking about is Clemson. Yes, they played a soft schedule, but come on, man. I mean, Trevor Lawrence is still a good quarterback. And honestly, to me personally, he should have got the Heisman nod over Jalen Hurts. That's just my opinion. He should have.
Mm,
And yes, they played a not so strong schedule, but you know what we say. You play who's in front of you, and they beat everybody
true.
they played. Because you know Clemson will always have that one game that they tend to lose. They did it with Syracuse last year, and they did it with I don't know, with Boston College or somebody they lost to, and then they go on and win the national championship. So the one
Yeah.
team that everybody's talking about LSU and their offense, everybody's talking about Ohio State and Justin Fields and Oklahoma, which is rightfully so. But y'all better stop sleeping on Clemson. Might I mean, they did win the national championship last year. They are the defending national champions, so don't sleep
Yeah.
on
I
Clemson
mean,
either.
Yeah,
yeah.
Don't get me
They
wrong.
are known
And
to
I
pass
think,
out skibbity paps. I'll give them that.
and I honestly think that Clemson could give Ohio State a run. Now, with that being said, do I think that Clemson will beat Ohio State? No, I got Ohio State winning it all. But I think that Clemson has the tools in the arsenal to compete with Ohio State. Absolutely, yes.
Mike, what you got, bro?
I I think a lot differently from most people.
Oh, what?
And I'm
Oklahoma?
just gonna be honest, man. I don't.
You don't give a damn?
I think.
I got you.
I mean, I really don't give a damn. But at the same time, I'm saying I see two quarterbacks that are just. I don't see the big deal with Joe Burrows. Like I really don't. He really didn't impress me playing against Georgia. Georgia whooped her. We the Georgia dogs, and this is not being me being biased at all whatsoever, because you know how I've been with Georgia all year long. I've said we weren't ready to beat elite teams. I've been saying this all year long. With that being said, I still wasn't impressed with Joe Burrow. Why? Because Georgia could not score. Had Georgia made this a game and had the defense, had the offense did anything scoring, we're looking at a completely different game. We're looking at a totally, completely different game. Joe Burrow, all he did was, for me, all I saw was a guy that was scrambling. And we saw Kirby with a game plan that I was just baffled by. I have no idea why he was rushing three guys and a spy on a guy that really isn't that much. He really doesn't impress me as an athlete. And like we're looking at the game plan, it was like he was afraid of Joe. Why are you afraid of a guy who can run? He's just a little bit faster than Matt Ryan. Like, why are you spying a guy that's not Justin Fields? Why are you spying a guy that's not I don't know how the hell you said the dude name. Tagliavoa or whatever the hell you spell it.
Tua Tagovailoa.
I just say Tua. Let's just say Tua. Why are you spying a guy that is not a supreme athlete? Granted, he can make a couple of throws here and there, but I was not impressed. I was not impressed with what LSU did. Georgia, had they had Hager, had they had a healthy Swift, we're looking at a completely different game. So when you look at the LSU team, like, yeah, they're playing great football, but I'm not impressed. They beat a Alabama team that doesn't have anybody on the defensive side of the ball. These guys are hurt. All right, these guys are injured on both sides of the ball. You got a quarterback that really isn't, he really isn't doing much. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand why people are so infatuated with, LSU. Ohio State to me is a team that a lot of people better pay close attention to, because not only is Justin Fields running the ball, but he's beginning to believe in his own arm talent. And when he does that, we know that we know he has the arm strength, but when he starts hitting and being more accurate as well as using his legs, with that defense, Chase Young and the running back, they have a veteran receiving core.
Right.
I'm not discounting Clemson, but I'm just I'm looking at Ohio State, and they had the same issue that we had a couple of years ago. Georgia, it's like we didn't play anybody.
Right.
The
Right.
same
Right.
exact thing. We end up in the national championship. So, you people, you can get on that. You can get on that Joe Burrow's bandwagon all you want to, but do not underestimate Clemson and do not underestimate Ohio State.
That's how I feel.
I
Honestly,
feel,
that's how I feel. Like I said before, and I say it again. Everybody's talking about LSU and that offense, which is a good offense, and I'm gonna kind of take a page from the what we talked about before. Uh, Joe Burrow is kind of like what Lamar Jackson is to me in Baltimore, and the reason why I said it like that is because we all know Lamar Jackson is a special talent, but you saw what the coaches did to cater to his talents. I think that's the same thing. I think that's the
Ooh,
same
I
thing,
like that. I like that.
and I think that's the same thing with LSU. They went and got a guy, Joe Brady, who has learned under Sean Payton, who, even though he's arrogant as hell sometimes, it costs the Saints their games. He is a good offensive mind in football. So to get a guy like that, and then he goes to a college team, like LSU, who has Joe Burrow. Yeah, he's probably not a good quarterback by our standards, but he has the metrics to be a uh, a good quarterback. He has athleticism, he has his arm strength, he has the height, the weight, or whatever. But
Mhm.
then when you have a guy like Joe Brady who knows how to manipulate a defense with his plays, you put it with a guy like Joe Burrow, and then you give him weapons that are capable of, spreading the field and catching the ball and making plays. That works to your advantage. So, am I saying Joe Burrow is a bad quarterback? No, I'm just saying that the fact that this is what, and honestly, this is what Kirby Smart needs to see. He's trying to make us Alabama 2.0, and it's not working. He needs to get with
Mhm.
the time because you see what Dabo
Alabama
Sweeney
is no
did.
longer Alabama of old.
Right,
So
even
we need to get
exactly
rid
because
of
you
that.
saw what he did. Dabo Sweeney made that switch with Trevor Lawrence, and you saw them
Mhm.
win a championship. You saw what Nick Saban did against us in the second half. He brought in Tua, won them a championship. So
Man, if I
as
could
much
just
as
say
I, as much as I,
hallelujah
as
in
much as
one
I
time,
laud,
hallelujah.
as much as I laud Kirby, I give him respect because he has brought Georgia to the forefront of being an elite program. He's got to change some stuff. He really does. I think he does. He really
He
does.
has to learn to adapt. He has to learn to adapt.
Because you got to look at it like this. College is not like the NFL. The NFL, we all know, is a copycat league, and people are going to eventually catch up to your schemes. And college
Mhm.
football is a lot different because it's 120 teams in college football. You're going to get a different style every time you play, depending on who you're playing. So you
Mhm.
really have to adjust to the times to compete. And right now, I think as much talent as Georgia has, we're behind the times right now. As far, I mean, our defense is good. Yeah, we gave up 37 points to LSU, but our offense ain't do us no favors.
No,
So
none
we
whatsoever.
I really, like I said it before. I said it last week. Kirby and if Coley is still there, and I guess we just hired a new, Sam Pittman's going to Arkansas. We did hire a new offensive line coach from what people was telling me, is very good.
Matt Luke.
But yeah, Matt Luke, he did come from Ole Miss, and a lot of guys from Ole Miss he did recruit. But the thing about it is that you can't have all that talent and you can't get with the times. Our offense was trash this year. Honestly. Yes, we did put up a lot of points against Georgia
Hot
Tech.
garbage.
That was Georgia Tech. We had to do a lot more against LSU. So, and I told y'all that last week. I said if we don't put the points on the board against LSU, eventually they're gonna break. And
Dude,
man, they broke.
I've been
They broke.
screaming all year that we have to enough with this conservative offense. You're
Well,
not going to beat an elite team with this conservative offense.
You
Scared to
trying to
make
play. You
throws
trying
over
to
the
be
middle.
trying to play. It's basically like you're trying to play to not lose. You can't do that, especially in college
Yeah,
football when
you can't do
it's
that. You cannot do
it's the
that.
100. It's like the
Momentum is
100.
something else in college. Momentum
Right.
is
It's like
everything
120.
in college.
It's like 120 teams are vying for four spots. So you gotta
Hmm.
play. You gotta play to your strengths. And everybody talks about, yeah, Georgia had a good running game, but we need more than that. We need plays in the passing game as well. So I mean, you gotta do that too as well. So,
Well, I agree with Joe B. I appreciate him checking in the chat.
So
He
big.
said, that the all the receivers we lost, it actually hurt us a lot this year.
Yeah.
But with that being said, we're gonna move on to the next topic since we talking about talented individuals in college. I got a list of four of them. Tell me who you think might win that award right there. The Heisman. We got four
Man,
finalists.
it ain't no need for me to
do we
look
even
at
have to? Do we
anything
even
else.
have to? Do we even
We
have to
don't have
discuss
to.
this?
We
We
don't
already
even
know
have
who's going
to.
to win it.
Yeah,
But I will say
yeah,
this:
yeah. We got
my
to.
heart, because I'm a defensive guy. I do want Joe. I want Chase
I
Young
won't
to.
see Chase. Yeah,
I want Chase to win it, but everybody knows it's going to be Burrow. Burrow's
Look,
running away
man,
with it.
they've been trying
He's
to
running away
Tebow
with it.
Joe Burrows all year, man. Let's just be honest. Like, they
He's
trying to
going.
just Tebow him. They
He's
trying
going
to
to
put him in the Hall of Fame already. All right, the College
Yeah.
Hall of Fame. So it ain't no need to even talk
I
about
don't,
anybody else.
I don't know though. They might give it to Hurts because they've been harping up that redemption story of
Nah,
his. So
the way that LSU's the hot team. They are the hot team right
Man,
now.
they trying to Joe Burrow.
They
so
are the hot team
none
right
of us
now.
see Justin Fields
And
getting it.
look, as much as I give LSU grief because my dad gets on my ass because he's an LSU fan and he talks so much. I do like Coach O. Coach O, to me, if you haven't watched this story on YouTube, you need to watch it.
Yeah,
He's a
Coach
good
O's that
guy. He's an
guy.
all
Yeah,
around good
I can't
guy.
lie. Coach O's
He's
that guy.
he's he's an all around good guy. Sometimes I feel he talks like the guy from The Waterboy, but but
Yeah, he does.
right.
I think that's why I
But
like him
I
though.
will
Yeah.
I will say this: Coach O is a good coach. USC kind of did him bad. He kind of brought USC to the forefront. Then they went another direction, and then he was kind of like the interim coach at LSU when Les Miles was there. But
And then they gave
consider,
it to him.
yeah, and he could recruit, and people and guys and players love playing for him. Like, so I gotta give a shout out to Coach O. He made the smart decision to give the offense to somebody else and let them deal with it.
All right.
So,
So
for me, so me personally,
we are set on no Fields though, right? No Justin Fields.
no, he's not. He'll win it next year.
I feel
You know
better.
what? But
I
I
feel
will
better
say
now.
this.
I
Yeah,
I
feel
I
will
better.
don't
say
see
this.
him.
I will say this. He will win it next year. He will win it next year. I got money on that. He'll win it next year.
With
If it's the
Tebow
And you know
Jr.
what?
with
If he
Tebow
does,
Jr. in there, no, they not giving it to anybody but Tebow Jr. It may be a
no, no, no,
set.
no,
It
no,
may
no,
be a
no.
close.
He'll win it this year. Burrow's winning it this year,
Tebow Jr.
but right now, next year, two things are gonna happen. Now, see, two things. Either way it's gonna go, it's gonna be Georgia fans are gonna be pissed off either way. If Justin Fields wins the national championship this year, they're gonna be mad. They're definitely gonna be mad next year if Justin Fields wins the Heisman. Which I think he will win it because he will be back. Burrow's a senior; he's gonna be gone. Chase Young is declaring for the draft. Trevor Lawrence might be his only threat, but honestly, I think that Justin Fields will win it next year.
I can see next year. Yeah, I
He'll
can
win
see
it
next
next year.
year.
Oh, look. I already went to Vegas and put my money down that he'll win it next year.
Well, I'm glad you said something about Vegas because right down here around the corner, because I live off Campbellton, right down the corner, right around me, down the street, around the corner. Falcons played Carolina on Sunday, and we
Right.
won, but it was a costly win
Yeah, I
because
heard we lost a
though we
lot.
may
I
have
heard we
won,
lost a lot of. I heard we lost a lot of folks, man.
yeah,
I didn't watch the game because I was
we may
traveling.
have won. I mean, and we didn't just win. We stomped the dog turd out of a already turd based team.
Yeah,
So
midget.
yeah,
Shout out to the
midget, we
midget.
talking to you. Uh, our number two and potential number one for the future receiver, we lost him to an abdominal injury. He's done for the
hmm
season.
hmm
And Trufant, who was having his coming out, welcome back to the this is my house party this year, broke his arm.
This is my house.
Right. Well, we already know that it's Dion's house regardless, so we good on
What?
that.
what?
Every time we talk about corners in Atlanta, he got to bring up Dion, man. Every time.
Absolutely, he's the greatest cornerback. Hey, look, he's the
You know
greatest
what? You know
cornerback of
what,
all
Dre? You got
time.
it, bro.
So
Yep. Yep.
Look, man, I
You right.
can't argue with you. I'm
I
gonna
mean,
say
he
I'm
not
gonna make
he
a
not
poll.
wrong.
I'm gonna
It's
make a
always gonna
poll.
be Dion's
I'm gonna
house.
say
But
something right now. I'm gonna say something right now. I think if you're looking at the talent from corners, um, I can honestly say that when you look at overall talent,
hmm
you can make a case for Ray Buchanan as probably second or third best corner
big
in
play
Atlanta
rate.
history. But I think Trufant is somewhere up there in the top five, maybe two when you look at overall talent, not just interceptions, because interceptions can be misleading. It can
yeah,
be
very much
misleading.
so.
We're talking about
Look at
overall
KZ
talent.
I
last
look. I
year.
mean, look at Brett Favre. He's probably one of the
Yeah,
best, greatest quarterbacks in the
yeah,
league in NFL history. He threw a lot of interceptions. So
yeah.
I
He
mean, I
threw a
mean,
lot
I
of
mean,
interceptions.
look at KZ though, because last year
KZ,
he led the league in picks, but
that guy, me and Mike talked about him a whole lot. That guy was good at the safety position, but wanted to play cornerback. I'm like, dog, get your money and go play the safety position because
bro,
if
that's what
Kung
you're
Fu
good at.
he's so
KZ,
That's what
good
you're
at it.
good at. You
if
know, I
he
He's
would
mean,
have
so
stayed
good
his
at it.
if he would have stayed his ignorant behind at free safety, we wouldn't have had these problems.
but you know what? You know what? I kind of agree with KZ. It's all about pride. Because think about
It
it.
is. It
X,
is.
And
me,
he
X.
and his pride is cost us some W's.
But you gotta look at it like you and I both try to play cornerback in high school. We was not good at it. So the coach was like, you know what, you can boo the safety. And I was just like, it is what it is. Because I tried to play quarterback and I was bad, terrible.
Yeah,
So
me
I
too, me
played
too, me
safety.
too, me too, me
Yeah,
too,
so
me too.
I mean I played safety. So I mean I kind of get that, but the difference between us and Casey is I'm not getting paid to play a position. So
True,
if
true,
I'm
true.
good at one position and I'm trash at one position, I'm
Man, you
good at
better get
another.
that money, dog.
I'm just gonna go ahead and play that other position because I'm still gonna get paid. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
He
pride don't pay bills, bro.
the dude is
It
a
doesn't.
turnover.
It
He's
does
a
not.
turnover machine. He's like he just
He is
finds the ball.
but he's a
He's a
horrible
ball.
corner.
I said
Like,
that last year. I said that last year to
Ooh,
you guys.
boy,
I
boy.
said KZ is a ball, but
yeah.
that man was adamant about playing cornerback, and did he even play
You see
Did
where
he
it
even
got
play
him?
cornerback this season? I don't even remember him playing cornerback this season. It was either
He was
Oliver,
bad at it. He
Trevon,
was
or what's the
bad.
other
He
guy's
was
name?
bad.
He
The
tried. He
guy with
could
the last
and
name.
Sean to address your comment, he convinced coach to let him try out at corner, and that quickly was reverted.
Yeah, he said, no. We putting
Sometimes you
you.
just
We
gotta,
put
you
you
know
at
what?
free, and we
Sometimes
put
y'all just gotta admit the fact that some decisions are not the best decisions. What they say in
Well,
Domino,
no.
all money
yeah,
ain't good money. So I mean,
right, right.
Yo, boy, yeah.
And Joe B, to answer your question, your other question, no, there is not that much competition for the top five corners in football because it's 1A, 1B, and then uh.
but y'all already know my top five cornerbacks. So I mean,
I
and
mean, because
I'm not gonna say it on
the
the show
the
because
top two are the top
the
two,
one
and then the
guy.
others are like you can plug and
Well,
play.
it's like
And
the one guy
yeah,
I will say. The last time I said his name,
don't
me and
don't
Mike
say
had
it,
a
don't say it, because
45.
Mike
We're not
Mike
gonna
already
say it
making that
because
face at you, bro. That
Me
stank
and Mike
face is
had a
ugly right
45-minute
now.
conversation about this. So that'll probably be on our end of the year show because if
You know
y'all just
what? Let
now
me get the
listen
ring
to us
bell
just
ready.
now.
I see this is gonna be needed.
Oh no. I'm just gonna be brief on this. If you haven't listened to our show, if you just now listening to our show, we're gonna have a clip. I know Mike's gonna pull it up. There was a clip about
Mm.
us talking about is Jalen Ramsey a top five
Ooh,
corner.
no,
That conversation went for 45 minutes. Me, him, and Phil. 45 minutes. So just stay tuned. So I'm not gonna say it here tonight, but yeah.
And midget, why do we bring you in this? Because you are a resident Panthers fan. It's your fault.
Hey man, you know, it is what it is.
It's
As
your
much as
fault.
he talks about his Panthers and he stays in Atlanta, it is what it is. So
Well,
bitch,
fellas, it's that time of the night. It's time. The Ravens doing the Ravens. What you got?
Child, you know what? Just give Lamar Jackson the trophy right now
just
for
give
that
him,
white
just give him,
sleeves
just
at a
give, just
Buffalo
give him
Bills
the,
game.
just give him the strap. Okay.
Just give him the trophy off of that. Basically, give him the trophy off that. Because
Did,
if
did
y'all
you
don't
see him
know,
juke that man's knees and ankles off? He just, I thought his pants
absolutely,
fell down.
absolutely. And and the thing about it is that I don't know if people heard about the comment that to me personally wasn't that bad to me, but
Mm,
I'm different
I wanted to
now.
speak on that. Yeah.
Now
I listened to it
it,
again.
did-
It doesn't bother me as much
it didn't bother
re-listening
me, but
to
you
it.
know what? That's why Lamar Jackson should get the MVP trophy because he came out there with white sleeves. You should have gave him a trophy just off that. Just off that. You should have gave him a
petty
trophy off
as
that because
petty as
Yo.
hell.
exactly. So I mean, me personally,
Mm.
but I will say this: he is a little dinged up. He did have the quad injury, so we'll see how he performs now because he's not going to be able to use his legs like he normally does. But right now, if it was me, if I was the one handing out the MVP trophy, it's Lamar Jackson's to lose. It really is because I mean, yes, Russell Wilson is having a hell of a year. Right now, they're 1A and 1B right now. But right now, personally, it's Lamar Jackson's trophy to lose.
Yeah.
It is because nobody expected the Ravens to be this great. Like, matter of fact, I'm gonna eat some crow later on because I said the Browns was gonna win the division. Nobody expected the Ravens to be this good this quickly. And it all goes back to what I said about as far as what coaches do with players that are special like that. Just like in LSU with Joe Burrow, LSU catered to his talent to make him be the quarterback that he is. That's what the Ravens are doing with Lamar Jackson. We all know Lamar Jackson was a special talent coming out of college, but the question
Mm-hmm.
was his accuracy going to pick up once he gets in
Yeah.
the league? And
Mm-hmm.
he worked on that. And you see
Well,
the results now. And now you got a guy like I said, Week Martindale. That's the awesome name. Like, by the way, that's a very awesome name. He is catering to Lamar Jackson's talent and making him maximize his talent by running the offense that caters to his talent. Kind of like what I think either you or Dex said it about what Colin Kaepernick did, what he did with Colin Kaepernick in San
Mm-hmm.
Francisco.
Yep.
So yeah, Dex. So it's the same thing he's doing with Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is basically
I still kneel with
doing
Cap, by the
what
way.
makes it. Huh? What happened?
I still kneel with Cap though.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, but that's a whole different subject, man. We're trying
Oh
to
man,
stay
this drink is amazing.
because you know
Woo!
that's a whole different tangent. That is a whole different
Oh
tangent
boy.
over there. But
Anywho,
but hindsight is 2020. And then Brian said himself, he said, quad or no quad, Lamar's gonna smash the Jets Thursday night, which I agree, But I seen stranger things happen in football. I mean, the Patriots done lost 2 in a row, so I mean, hey, it is what it is. So
well, Mike, you got anything to add?
No.
Okay. In that case, and since we just brought up my man Caps and his old team, the 49ers. Mike, you ready for this? I know you're ready. Dre, when's the last time you talked to the OG?
he called me and asked me was I going to he wanted me to go with him to see LSU in Oklahoma. I told him basically fuck off and not so famous terms.
So you
Well,
ain't checked
I
on
didn't say I
you.
didn't say fuck off like that, but I was
Woo!
like
Whew.
I didn't really want
Y-
like you really like
You wasn't
after y'all
drinking
beat us.
enough. You wasn't drinking enough. I got you. I got
No,
you.
it was just like after y'all beat us 37-10, you had the unmitigated gall to ask me if I want to come to see y'all play in the
Well,
and they ain't gonna have the nerve to say, well, when LSU wins, I'll just invite you to New Orleans for the national championship. I'm like, no, I ain't going. Come on.
well. So
Nah,
you so
but go
you ain't
ahead.
checked on the OG since that instant classic that everybody was raving about on
No, I
Sunday.
haven't because I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait. Like
So so
if
so
they
so so all you got to do when he calls you again is ask him how many Saints does it take tackle the grown man named George Kittle?
shit, one of them jump on his back.
Because last time I checked, he's still carrying Saints
He
with the
that
with
man's a
with
grown
that
man.
hand
And
in
you
his
know
face
what? And you know
mask. He's
what?
still clever.
Honestly, to me personally, it was like I'm surprised he didn't get hurt because y'all saw him hyperextend his leg on that tackle. I'm
Yeah,
surprised
he
he got
he
up.
a normal man would have popped that thing. It would have been in
I
nothing.
really thought he was going. I really thought he was going to get hurt, but he jumped up. See, I didn't really watch the game because I was traveling back from Dallas.
Mhm.
I really didn't catch the game. I
Right,
watched the.
right.
I watched the.
It was a
Before I
it was
got
a
before I
it
got
was a shootout.
before
It
I,
was a
yeah,
shootout.
before
I
I got
thought defenses were gonna show up, and the defenses was like, "Nah, we're gonna take a break. Y'all
and,
offensive boys handle that."
and you know what? Honestly, when I saw them go up 28-14, I was just like, well, it's New Orleans. Drew Brees went up to the fountain of youth, and he's back to being himself. I did not expect Jimmy Garoppolo to have the game he had. I didn't. I really didn't.
Man,
I really thought Jimmy G.
I was confused. Like,
I
is
really
this
thought Jimmy G
Jimmy
was going
G?
to shrink
What the
because
fuck?
you saw what he did. You saw what he did in the Seattle game. He didn't really. I mean, he made some plays, but he didn't really show up like he was supposed to.
Right,
I really
right,
thought the same thing. I really thought the
right.
same thing in the
I think
Saints game,
what my
and
biggest
and they
issue.
and they won the road, and they won the road as well. So to see
Oh,
the
and the
kind of
fans
game
took
he
over the
had,
building from what I saw
right,
too.
and consider the fact that
Oh
the
no, no,
defense
no. That's
what
their
they
home. Oh, that's
the
San
defense.
Francisco home. Don't
Well,
let
yeah,
that
I
fool you.
mean,
That's San Francisco home.
so and then to all the Saints fans who said that nobody takes over y'all dome, them Niner fans took over y'all dome, Samson. Y'all don't
They
take over.
They took
there.
over
They
the
in New
dome
I
and the
Orleans.
street. Like
Oh
they
no,
had a
no,
float.
no.
Like what the hell?
right. So
Wayne
I
tried
mean,
to tell us. Wayne tried
but
to
I
tell
will
us
say,
that
but I will
there's a
say
lot
this.
of San Francisco fans out there. He
It was a
tried to
lot of
tell us that
red, but I
nobody.
will say this.
Yeah.
I will say this. Consider the fact the defense did, the defense didn't show up like normally they would, both the Saints and the 49ers.
Yeah.
The quarterbacks made some plays. Like we all know Drew Brees. Drew Brees is the first ballot Hall of Famer. Give him the gold jacket once he retires. He had a throwback game, throw for 5 touchdowns. I'm just more impressed with Jimmy G was going toe for toe. It was like Mike Tyson, going against Little Mac. He was going toe for toe. Like, Breeze come back and throw a touchdown. Jimmy G made a play, and it was good. To me, it was a good game. So, but like I said before, and I'll say it again, Sean Payton's arrogance cost them the game. It really did. It cost them the game.
Sean
Are we
Payton's
really
arrogance has
surprised?
been
Are we
costing them
really
games
surprised?
for years now.
Yeah,
Like
but you know what? The reason why people still hold on to him because he wins games. He wins games. So
Does he
he,
really? Does he really win games? Or does
yeah.
Dennis Allen or is Dennis Allen's defense winning those games? Because his offense hasn't been crap
Well,
the last couple of years.
I
Let's be
mean,
real.
Breeze
Let's be
threw 5 touchdowns.
real. 2 years in a row. 2 years in a row, they had a
Yeah,
top
but
defense,
this
not
game right
top
here,
offense.
this
Let's
game
be
right
real.
here, this game right here, the offense. The defense. None of the defense showed up. The Niners defense
This is
gave up
one of
46
those
points.
one of those games where that happens. But like I
Yeah,
said before,
it does.
Kamara
You're right.
got
It
two. He
does
had
happen.
two going into this game. He had 2 touchdowns on the season.
It
So
does. You're right.
is his offense really doing it, or is it Dennis Allen's defense? Because if Dennis Allen picked up as a head coach, or he finds a better paying job elsewhere.
The thing with Dennis Allen is that yes, he's doing a good job in New Orleans, but I remember he was the defensive coordinator for the Giants, and they were trash. It was
But that's the
terrible.
thing. It's growth. You can't. It's growth. Coaches
Yeah,
grow.
it's growth. It's
Bill
growth.
Belichick was crap before he went to New England.
That's why I said that with people saying that Quinn should be fired, no, he shouldn't be fired. You're right, it is growth. But at the same time, I can't sit here and give Dennis Allen full credit because the
No,
Saints
no, no,
did.
no, 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 no. Don't know. You saying I was merely speaking on the fact that you said that he's winning game, but his strength is offense. But this defense is carrying this team.
But what did I say before? What did I say before? What did I say all the time? Like you say chemistry. What did I say all the time? It's all about the streamline. Streamline, right? You got to streamline your offense and your defense. That was the problem with the Falcons. We never streamlined. We streamlined yesterday or Sunday. We streamlined Sunday and we won dominantly. But then I seen us when we did streamline and got our ass kicked. So that's what happens. That's what's happening right now. That's why the Saints are 10-3 because they know how to streamline. That's why the Niners are the top seed. They know how to streamline. That's the problem with the Falcons. We can't streamline. So when you can streamline amongst your team, you're going to win games. And that's what we saw yesterday with the Saints and the Niners. Yes, the Saints went up because they were streamlined. But shit, the Niners streamlined even better. Kittle was streamlined. He streamlined all the way down there with 3 guys jumping on his back.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well.
But with that being
I
said,
want to say this, man.
I'm processing. I'm reading
just say
comments
this.
and
I just want to say,
I'm
folks.
gonna read some comments real quick.
I just want to say
Um,
fuck. I just want to say fuck Kyle Shanahan. Shannon shit. I just want
Oh
to say
yeah,
that.
oh yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
there you
Fuck your
go.
doofus.
There you go.
Fuck your
I,
doofus.
I, I just wanted to, address some comments we had. We going I'm gonna
Good
throw them up
game.
on the screen. I'm gonna throw them up on the
Good
screen,
game. But it's
and
still
y'all
up.
can do that. I'm gonna throw them on the screen and we can address them. We're gonna start here with our with our stable mate Sean, who said did Sean Pago's ego lose that game or did the defense lose that game since San Fran's defense was
I mean,
eh.
you know what? As far as okay, Sean, the answer to your question is it's a combination of both. Sean's, we all know Sean Payton's a very arrogant coach because he wins, and when you win, you get a little arrogant. So, but we saw how the Saints defense performed over the last couple of weeks, and that was a very underachieving performance. But you have to give credit, as much as I hate to say it, because I hate that. Well, I can't say I hate it. Hate's a strong word. As much as I dislike that man, you gotta give credit to shit. And you gotta give credit to Jimmy G because I called Jimmy G a bust when he signed that $140 million contract. I called him a bust.
Oh, that's
Shit,
still
I did
in
too.
effect. One game ain't
I
gonna
should
do it. One game
I
ain't
did
gonna do
Well,
it.
too. I
I'm
did
you
too.
know
glad.
what? I mean, one game's not gonna do it, but he hasn't
He
really.
balling. He balling. He
He's
balling.
balling right now. He's balling right now, so I can't really say he's a bust. But he's having a good season. But
Oh,
he did sign $140 million. So I mean, the jury's still out there. But right now,
he's
he's
doing his
playing.
thing. You
He's
can't hate.
playing. And
I'm
then
not
you
gonna
know
hate
what?
on him.
And then the fact that two factors. They went and got Emmanuel Sanders, who's turned out to be a good number one receiver. And then shout out to my man Debo Samuel because I got him on fantasy. That man is baller too. He's finally showing people that he can. He saw where he was in South Carolina. He was a good receiver in South Carolina, so I give him that. So to see how he's developing now as a receiver, I told everybody that Debo Samuel was going to be a sleeper, and he's proven me right so far.
True, true, true. Because yeah, that leads right into what B Jones said. He said Sean Payton is known for outsmarting himself, and
Saw that.
others.
I mean, everybody talks about the pass interference call in New Orleans, but New Orleans had a chance to ice that game way before that even happened. So
Mm-hmm.
And since we do have B Jones in the chat, I want to let everyone know that in the zone with B Jones will be back in 2020. It will be here on Strictly Prohibited Network. I need y'all to tune in when he goes live. Trust me, this is the podcast with unadulterated attitude. You ain't gonna find nothing like it. It is what it is. You think we bad? That's a one man show right there, and he ain't got no problem telling nobody what it is. Check out B Jones when he come through. We'll let you
okay,
know.
you know
Just
what?
stay
I
tuned.
see what Sean said about you can't win when your D gives up 48 when you put up 46.
Right.
Actually, I agree. I disagree. If you put up 48 and the team score 46, that's a win in my book. They don't give a fuck about that.
Right.
I
Right.
don't give a damn how many points you put up.
Right.
They don't.
Right.
The bottom line
Right.
is which team has more points. Like I said before, I said plenty of times. A team can throw for 500 yards on me, but at the end of the day, the most important numbers on the scoreboard is how many points I've scored over you. That's it.
That's
That's
true.
it.
Man,
Well,
that's one thing about football. One thing about football that a lot of people just it's about momentum. I tell you guys, I tell you, I'm a huge point when it comes to chemistry and momentum in the games. Like it's sometimes it's one of those games where no one can do anything right. Everyone is, turning the ball over. The chemistry amongst the receivers, running back, offensive line is just a mess on both sides. For both teams. Sometimes everybody is hot on both teams, and this
yeah.
is what you saw with the Niners. Like
True.
who would have
True.
thought?
True.
Who would have thought that? I would have never thought. You looking at one of the better defenses in the league. You see 91 combined points? 91 combined points. Who the hell would have thought that would happen? It just happens. It happens in the league. Just
Yeah.
when that
Yeah.
happened, man, you got to
Excuse
throw
me.
all.
Excuse me.
You just have to throw all this. What's the word for it? Just throw all that crap out of the door because
Right. Right.
sometimes
Right. Right.
when that's happening, you just got to sit back and enjoy it, man. Just like one of those 50, 60 point games. That doesn't happen all the time. So when it happens, man, just sit back and enjoy it. That's what's so beautiful about sports, man. When you got a great game, just enjoy the great game. Don't try to think too deep. How did this happen? Because you'll never see a game like that again, man. I
But
enjoyed the game,
but
to
see,
be
but
honest. Like you know
you
how
know what?
much I hate the Saints and hate Sudokus.
But my thing is, I'm a defensive guy, Dex. You know me, I'm a defensive guy. So when I see high scoring games like
Safeties,
that,
bro. That's what we do.
I kind of get annoyed. And you saw it last year. You saw it last year with the Rams and the Chiefs, that technical score. I said it before and I say it again. The defensive schemes and the defensive play of the NFL is pretty much over because all these rules are catered more to offensive minded, teams.
Right.
And the NFL knows that offense is what gets them the money because nobody wants to see a 3-6 or a
Right.
10-9 game, except people like me because I love defense.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there are teams out there that actually play defense. You got the Ravens, you got the Bills, you got even as much as the Saints and the Niners gave up a lot of points. They're pretty good defense. So I mean, defense is still there. But as
Right.
far as I'm concerned, the NFL is an offensive driven league because that's what gets them the money. It
True.
really does.
True. So, offensive driven league, I agree
Is
with. There's a lot
yeah.
of rules to protect quarterbacks. And, as defensive guys, I feel some type of way about that. However, there's one.
I will say, and then I will say this. I agree with Sean. Uh, I do think that the NFC Championship game will not have the Saints in it. That's just my opinion. I'm just because I'm a Falcons fan. I'm not saying that, but I think that if Aaron Rodgers becomes the man he does in the playoffs, and Russell Wilson becomes the man he does in the playoffs, I really think those two teams will meet. Honestly, I don't even think San Francisco's going to meet. I really think it's going to be Green Bay and Seattle in the NFC Championship. That's my hot take right there. Now, if I'm
Ooh,
wrong,
that's a take.
I know there's a lot of Saints fans and Niners fans
Yeah.
that I'm friends with. So if I'm wrong, you feel you can roast me when the time comes. But that's just my prediction. I think it will be Seattle and Green Bay in the NFC Championship.
Okay, I got that. Now, as three grumpy old men, as our significant others and friends like to call us, we know that there's one opponent we will never defeat, and that's Father Time. And it seems like he's been showing his face as of late. What you think about that old man TB12 up there in Boston looking like he's in his freaking 40s?
Man, I'm happy as hell to
Right.
be. So I'm tired of his ass. All right, I'm just gonna be honest. I'm tired of that motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here. Every time I turn around, every year you talking about a damn some type of controversy and this and that. Like, man, get the hell on. Okay, just go away every single year,
He
and
might
nothing
might
ever
try to kill me.
happens. So
Jesus Christ.
get the home. Get the hell on. All right, let somebody else. Let somebody else. Not even win some. I'm just sick and tired of this fest with Tom Brady on every freaking major network. We can't turn to Fox, ESPN, NBC without them sucking off Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. Go the hell away. Go away and don't come back, okay? This ain't even football related. I'm just sick of your face. All right, I'm
Damn.
tired of looking at you. I'm tired of
Damn.
looking at Bill Belichick. Just go away. And I know Phil is probably sitting back like, oh, you just gonna have to do. Well, I don't
No, well,
goddamn give a damn.
honestly,
I don't
Phil.
give a damn.
No,
Phil
well,
gonna give
I
you the
will say
skibbity
this
paps. You
about
know what I'm
Phil.
Oh, I
saying?
know. I know he is.
Phil gonna give
I
you
will
a
say this about
premium
Phil. Phil is
skibbity paps.
probably
It's coming.
Phil. No, I will say this about Phil. Phil is probably one of the most realist Patriots fans
He
that
is.
we
He
all
is.
know.
He is.
He said that the ride is over. So I mean,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
always said that the ride's gonna come to an end. He
Yeah.
said it plenty of times on the show. He said that the Patriots ride's gonna come to an end. If they win the Super Bowl, he'll be surprised. So
Yeah.
he said that.
He
Now, with
did.
that being
He
said,
did.
as
He
far
did.
as the Patriots, only thing I'm gonna say is that just wait till the playoffs. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
Well, since we're on the
That's all I'm saying.
Patriots and this portion of the show is the Patriots problems, what do you think about that documentary crew recording things? I mean, you're recording the
Oh, I believe
Bengals
they did it.
of all teams.
Oh,
You're
I
recording
believe
the
they did it,
Bengals. I
but ain't
mean,
shit gonna
that ain't
happen.
gonna help.
Ain't a
It's
damn thing
it's.
gonna happen. Oh,
I mean,
they did it.
I
Oh, they did it. Who the hell do a documentary in the middle of the damn season? A team, nonetheless. A whole documentary recording other teams. Are you supposed to, I'm supposed to believe that you are quote unquote doing a documentary? Oh, they did it. Oh, they did it, but ain't a damn thing gonna happen. Ain't a damn thing gonna happen. We all know that. That's why
We
I'm
got
sick of these motherfuckers,
look.
okay?
You
Dre,
already
your
know what that
face,
means. Do
Dre,
y'all?
your
Do
face.
y'all? I'm gonna say this right now, and this is to everybody that's listening right now, within the sound of my voice. Do you know what that means? The Patriots are gonna be Super Bowl champions.
Oh yeah, that's why I
They
said
are.
oh we
They
know.
are.
Oh, we
Think
know.
about it. Every time the Patriots have a cheating scandal or they're accused of doing something
It
dirty, what do
happens
they
every
go do?
time.
What do they do? They go win the Super Bowl. So, like I said the last few minutes ago, as much as I said that Lamar Jackson and the Ravens are my AFC pick to go to the Super Bowl, just wait. Just wait.
Yeah,
Because, like I
yeah.
said, Tom Brady's that old dog sitting on the porch that doesn't really have to get up to do anything. But when it's time to go, it's time to
Yeah.
go. So,
I mean, but the fact is, they were recording in Cincinnati.
No, it was actually recording we're actually recording the Browns in Cincinnati snitched on 'em.
Even worse, you're recording the Browns.
I mean, the Browns,
You
Browns
gotta,
are
you
one of
gotta,
the.
you gotta
I just look
overrated
at it
Jimmy.
like this.
You
I
gotta
think the reason why they
overrated
recorded.
Johnny
I think the reason
Manziel back
why.
there in Cleveland. I mean, really,
I
really?
think the reason why they recorded the Browns is because they were one of the two teams to beat the Ravens. So I mean, maybe that's it.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
Could be it. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. Like I said, but like I said before, and I'll say it again.
Well,
Whenever the Patriots have some kind of scandal going on, they're usually in the Super Bowl.
well,
Mm-hmm.
and to their last Patriot problem that we're going to address before we roll up out of here is what do we think about the Patriots fans booing them? Me personally, I think it's hilarious because now the Patriots know what
Boy,
my team feel like all
boy,
the time, and other
boy,
teams.
Boy,
they spoiled as fuck. They
how
spoiled as
about
fuck.
this? I'm like,
They
man,
are spoiled as fuck. They
y'all sit
spoiled as
up
hell.
at 10-2.
You
Y'all
got
ain't
look.
shit.
I mean,
Y'all
Y'all
10-2.
ain't shit.
Y'all,
let me break it down. Let me break it
Y'all
down
ain't
to you. Let me
shit.
break it down to you. And I'm gonna be unbiased here.
boy.
You got a quarterback. You got a quarterback that led you to six Super Bowls, right? Six Super Bowls. You've been there 10 times, and you're booing them. See, that's why I said ungrateful motherfuckers. Because think about it. All of us are Falcons fans, right?
I know.
I'm still waiting on one Super Bowl. This dude gave y'all six Super Bowls,
Here he goes.
and
He's
you
getting ready to
booing them.
roll it. Here he goes.
Spoiled,
Oh, they gonna
spoiled,
commit suicide when
spoiled.
they lose. When they finally lose, oh, they gonna commit
Look.
suicide.
I said it before, and I say it again. When Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees retired, them fan base is going to regret
Oh,
booing
they,
them anytime. Because I remember Saints fans talking about they should have kept Bridgewater in. Remember when the Falcons beat the Saints in New Orleans?
if
There was
you
a
think
lot of
you
Saints
should have
fans
kept,
saying that
they
Drew
think
Brees
that
should have got
they
benched.
retarded.
Should have
They
got benched. I'm
retarded.
like, why? Because I already said it. I said the fluke. I said that win was surprising to me because I hit up next. I was like, how the hell we beat New Orleans in New Orleans? That was my first thing. I don't know because I already written that off as a loss because I was just like, I mean, when those quarterbacks retire, their fan base is gonna regret it because I said it before and I say it again. Once those quarterbacks retire, all three of them franchises are gonna revert back to losing. They are. They're gonna revert back to losing. Yeah, they're gonna revert back to losing. So that's all
Oh,
I'm saying.
you know
I
what?
said, look, New England fans, chill out, chill out. That man won y'all six Super Bowls. As much as I give him grief about a lot of things, y'all have been spoiled for way too long. So people like me, Mike, and Dex, we're not gonna have no sympathy for y'all for booing. If anything, I'm gonna laugh at y'all because y'all being dumb as fuck for booing that man after he gave y'all six Super Bowls.
Well, NFL playoff pictures, fellas, because whew, shit. Uh,
I saw
I'm
that.
just tired of motherfuckers. I just want them to go to hell away.
yeah,
That's
Mike.
just go the fuck away, okay?
Hey, look, Mike. As long as you don't tell nobody to swallow a bottle, we good. So it's all good.
I mean, he pretty much just did.
I didn't want to say the whole thing because it's a family show, but when I saw Mike did it, I was like, you know what? That's why he's mad, Mike. That's why he's
Yeah,
mad,
yeah,
Mike. He
yeah,
gives zero
yeah.
fucks.
That's why I dubbed
And
him
then he
Mad
went,
Mike,
and
and
then he
he
gonna have the
lives up
nerve.
to it
Look,
every day.
Dex, he gonna have the nerve to say, "I'm the asshole, dog. You got that by a mile. You the undisputed champ.
Because mm,
Yeah. You got the strap and
You are the
spades, bro.
undisputed champ, dog."
Yeah. You
All
got the
right,
belt.
so we gonna talk about this playoff picture, man. What you got, Dex?
Uh,
I know the Falcons ain't in it, so I ain't got no
yeah,
dog.
yeah. I ain't got no dog in it, and because
Like, so, I'm gonna be unbiased because
we're seeing your
my team's
comments,
not in
Joe
it.
B.
So.
And yes, wait, what about Matt Ryan? I mean,
yeah,
Matt
I'm about to
Ryan is a
say,
top
boy,
10
Well,
quarterback.
look. For the record, I'm gonna say it like this: Matt Ryan's going to the Hall of Fame.
He
End of
better.
discussion. He's going to the Hall of Fame. That man got 50,000 yards. Was the second fastest to get there.
no, he
And
was the fastest.
people talk about, oh, he didn't win the Super Bowl. Okay, Dan Marino, who I think is the greatest quarterback to me of all time, he don't have no Super Bowl ring. So what's the difference? It's just like, come on now. I mean, Matt Ryan's been the most consistent quarterback Atlanta has had.
Yeah.
Save the BS, please save the BS
Uh
because
oh.
as much as I give, because I critique Matt, I'm very critical of Matt Ryan at times. But at the
Yeah.
same
You
time,
are. Yeah. You are.
stop shortchanging this man's accomplishments for what he's done as being our quarterback. Because right now, my BFF Ladonna is trying to get
Oh,
him to
okay.
come to Dallas. So I mean, come
Oh,
on.
okay. Joe B clarified his comment. Oh, okay. Never mind.
So with that being said,
We gonna roll back. Roll back.
Okay, I got you.
We
so with that
apologize.
being
We
said,
apologize. We apologize.
before we go to
I'm
the
a real
playoff,
Mike in because Dre in because he was getting ready.
before we go to the
Sean, what the hell is you talking
NFL,
about? Matt Ryan is
he's not
Mike.
Oh,
Get
Sean.
him
He's
out of
not
here.
trash.
Mike, get him out of
he's
here.
on my he's just
He's
on
not
Mike,
trash.
get
he's
him
a
out of
Matt
here.
Ryan hater.
He's not trash. That
He's a
man,
Matt
you
Ryan
know
Get
hater.
what?
him out of
You
here.
know what?
Mike, get him out of here.
What we call those super trolls. He is not trash. He is a
Yeah,
super.
he's
He is a super.
anybody that says Matt Ryan is troll don't know nothing about football.
Call him in.
That he
Because you
used
gotta
to.
look at it like this. Look at the football landscape right now. Look at the football landscape right now. What quarterback sticks out to you besides Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Russell Wilson, uh, Tom Brady? Who else is there? Who else is there? Matthew Stafford's sitting at home with a bad back. Baker Mayfield, as much as I was champion for him,
Overrated Johnny Manziel.
underachieving right now. Ben Roethlisberger is gone. He's not playing. Phillip Rivers is choked. He fell off. Derek Carr is not being the quarterback I thought he was going to be. Dak Prescott underachieving. Matter of fact, his name's not Dak. His name is Dakota Rain to me. Uh,
There it is.
Carson
There
Wentz.
it is.
Carson
Oh,
Wentz. Carson Wentz, even though he won last night,
Trash.
underachieving.
trash. He's
So
trash.
come on.
Matt
So
Ryan's
seriously,
consistent. I don't care what you got to say. Matt Ryan is consistent.
he is. He's the most consistent quarterback that Atlanta has. And if you feel differently, then pull up and fight me then.
Whoa. Whoa. Anywho, playoff
Well,
picture. I don't have a dog in. Whew.
not like physical,
Yeah,
but
I know what you're saying.
you
But
know.
playoff
But yeah,
picture.
let's go to
I
this
don't have a
playoff
dog
picture.
in the race. I
I
never
don't
had a
either.
dog in the
I don't
race
have a dog.
so I in the NFC I see San Fran
Well,
and I
I already
guess I'm
said
gonna roll
that.
with you and say Green Bay because I really don't see nobody.
I just look
We
at it
know it ain't
like
gonna be Dallas, so whoever wins the East, Jesus Christ.
I just look at it like this. To me personally, I look at it like if I look at the landscape of the NFC right now, yes, New Orleans, you got Drew Brees who's having a pretty good year.
Right.
Russell Wilson's having an MVP type year, and I
I
predicted
don't.
them.
Well, for me, I don't see the Saints winning it because Sean Payton's gonna Sean
Well,
Payton.
it all depends. It all
It,
depends.
but
Well, you know
to
what?
me,
It
Sean
doesn't.
Payton's
You
gonna
know what?
Sean
I
Payton.
take
He's
that
gonna
back.
end up beating himself like he always does.
And that's why I
So,
said I take that back because
and
I said
I
that
can
if,
see I can see San Fran winning in spite of Shanahan because that's what they've been doing. Because Bosa and them boys on defense. Well, besides last night, they pretty legit.
Well, Bosa's hurt.
Yeah, they did lose
I don't
some.
know how long he's gonna be hurt. I don't know how long he's gonna
Yeah,
be gone.
they did lose some
Oh wait,
pieces last night.
matter of fact, him and Sherman are out for I think 2 or 3 weeks. They
Yeah,
both got
Sherman
hamstrings.
has a grade 2 hamstring
And I think Bosa's out
injury.
with somebody correct me if I'm wrong here. I think Bosa's out with the same issue with hamstring.
I'm gonna check that now.
But
And
as
San
far as
Fran just
the
lost
Hamstring.
their center as well, and Ben Garland is going to be center.
yeah, and I think they lost. I think the
So
Saints
San
lost.
Fran might be in some. You might be
So
right, Joey. San Francisco might be in some trouble. I mean, you could easily see. I could easily see Seattle, winning that thing.
I look at it like this. I look at it like this, and it's no knock against San Francisco and New Orleans because they both have good teams.
Mhm.
I just look at the and yes, I know Drew Brees has experience being in the playoffs. I just look at the fact that I don't think their defense is going to hold up in the playoffs. I really don't. Especially if they don't get the number one seed. I don't see their defense hold up. Now, if they do hold up and get to the Super Bowl, then like I said, feel free to roast me when we come back because I'm pretty sure we'll have a Super Bowl special. So
Yeah, we
I pretty
probably
Yeah.
will.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
y'all can come
We
back and
probably
roast me.
will.
I'll come
Y'all
back
can
and
pretty much set your calendars on that one.
yeah, y'all can roast me on that.
Unless that team with the star on the helmet from the NFC East, which I don't understand how
If the
hell that
Cowboys
works.
make the Super Bowl,
If the
Ladonna is
Cowboys
going
make the Super Bowl, you don't have to worry
to
about seeing
look.
us. You have to
Ladonna
worry
is
about
going.
seeing somebody else because we won't be
Oh
hosting
no,
that
oh
show,
no.
but I know who will be.
We already said it. If the Cowboys make the Super Bowl, Ladonna's gonna be pissed because she wants Jason Garrett gone. So the Cowboys somehow make the Super Bowl,
If
Oh
Ladonna's gonna
yeah.
be mad.
Oh
if the
yeah.
Cowboys win the Super
I'm
Bowl,
right
LaDonna
now,
might not watch football
listen,
again.
picture it. I mean, look, picture it. Everybody's in Dallas having a good time.
Oh boy.
Arlington is popping, DeSoto's popping, Grand Prairie's popping. Then we'll go to a little small town called Ponder where somebody's cussing their ass off because the Cowboys made the Super Bowl. And that will be my BFF, LaDonna Samani. She
Yeah,
will
she
be
said
super
exactly
pissed.
that. I'm going to be pissed.
She will be super pissed. Matter of fact, her and Boone need to have a show if they do make it because I know LaDonna would be super pissed if the Cowboys somehow miraculously make it to the Super Bowl. If they do. But with that being said, I'm gonna say my piece and I'm gonna let y'all figure out the
I'm about to say
NFC.
I don't have a piece. I see based on what I've seen this year. I would have said I seen San Fran and Baltimore in the chip and
Well, you know,
Lamar Jackson. Lamar
but
Jackson's
see, we already,
Baltimore defense is solid enough to take it home. So
but we
that's my
already,
pick.
the AFC side, we already said that it's gonna be New England and Baltimore vying for that shot to
Yeah,
go
by
to Miami
default. By
by
default.
default. Because unless somehow the Chiefs fix their defense, I don't see. But you know what? There is another team out there that nobody's talking about. That's
If you say
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, man, get up out of here, bro. Get
No,
up out of here.
seriously. And it's not because of their offense, it's because their defense is top five. Now, do I say that they are going to make it to Miami? I'm not saying that. But I will say this. I will say that the fact of the matter is they have enough noise to cause problems with within the conference. And then there's another team out there that I think, well, consider the fact they got their ass whooped by Denver.
Joby, what the hell?
Houston.
The
There's Houston. There is
Titans
Houston
are
out.
legit this year.
Titans are legit. Tannehill's having a good game, but we all know how Tannehill does when the lights get bright. He shrinks. And it will come down to Houston and Tennessee in the AFC South. My thing is this: if Houston shows up like they did against New England, they could be a threat. But the question is that going to be the team that shows up? So right
Yeah,
now,
Houston is the tale of
I'm
two
gonna say this.
teams.
I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this, and I'll probably get smacked upside the head for saying this. I might get a stupid strap for this, but
Well,
I think if the Chiefs really that win against New England could have the possibility of turning the defense around, having them gain some type of confidence. You can't. This is a young defense. This is a fairly new defense, and they, somehow switch some things around. And show some things that like the Falcons did in their run towards the end of the season. They kind of do some new things to kind of fool and trick out because all you need to do in the playoffs is just to get hot,
Get
showcase
hot
some
right
things
time.
that
Yep.
just get
That's
hot
true.
and showcase some things that team you really haven't done, and that's what Dan Quinn did towards the end of 2016. He kind of switched some things up that teams weren't ready for, and
I
the
agree.
offense was hot. And
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
all you need is a couple of stops,
Mm-hmm.
especially if the offense is clicking with Mahomes. All you need is a couple of turnovers here and there.
That's why I
That's all
said.
they need.
That's why I said. That's why I said
Mm-hmm.
that if D4 wasn't offsides, the Chiefs would have been going to the Super Bowl. They got
Mhm.
that pick, and I agree. Absolutely, I agree. My question is this: will that Chiefs offense get together enough to get
That's
to?
that's the biggest
That's the
if.
question.
Yep.
That's the same.
Yep.
That's the same thing I said about Houston. Houston is a Jekyll and Hyde team. You
Hmm.
saw what they did against the Patriots. They was on, but then they go lay an egg against Denver. So I mean, which, like I said, Kansas City and Houston are in that same bubble as far as being a Jekyll and Hyde team. Which one of them teams is going to show up? Is it going to be the team that can compete at a high level, or is it going to be the one that lays an egg in the playoffs?
And
That's
they
why
may
I
be
said, and I think
if he's not back already. Is JJ coming back? I thought they was trying to. I saw an
who?
interview where he was contemplating coming back, but if I'm not mistaken, they are trying to get JJ back. So if JJ comes back towards the end,
If he, you know what? If he comes back with a bad back, I need to go apply for the NFL name. Yeah.
yo, hey man,
So I mean, it's
you never know.
it's
You never
it's
know.
and I agree with what Brian Jones said. In order for the Chiefs to actually make a deep run, for the Chiefs to make a deep
Oh
run,
shit.
they have to start running the ball. I mean, I know
Yeah, true, true.
True.
Mahomes is a generational talent. Mahomes is a generational talent, and he can put numbers up. But you got a guy named Shady McCoy. Even though he's kind of long in the tooth, that man
Mm.
can get you some yards. He can
He
get you some
has
yards.
playoff
You need
experience
to
as
use
well.
him more. And Mike, you said it yourself. You said it yourself. Sometimes Andy Reid he chokes.
He
He
Andy
chokes.
reads it. Yeah, you
He,
right.
we all taking a drink.
Yep.
So with that being said, as far as the AFC right now, it's a two-man race with between Baltimore and New England. It's a two-man race. In the NFC, as far as I'm concerned, you got you got a pretty good field. You got Minnesota. Kirk Cousins is turning into a quarterback all of a sudden. You got the MVP in Seattle, the front runner for MVP in Seattle. We're not going to talk about Dallas because Dallas is just there on default. You got New Orleans, San Francisco, and what's the other? Green Bay. And I already told you my NFC Championship prediction. I said it's going to be Green Bay and Seattle. That's my prediction.
No one is talking about Green Bay. No one is paying them
And
any
that and
attention.
that's and that's the bad thing because we all know that bad man in Green Bay, even though
Just
he
never know,
struggles
man.
at times, that man
Right.
it seems like he when he goes to the playoffs, he goes in as Bruce Banner and comes out as Incredible Hulk and starts just doing motherfuckers.
True.
I gotta say this. I gotta say this. Sean Jones is actually in the chat, man. He wants me to say this. He wanted me to say this. Anybody from the channel from Man Mike Sports will probably get this. Quavo said. Quavo said. All right, he'll understand that. But um, I
I can't
truly believe.
you know what his last comment I don't really have nothing to say because I said it
Man,
before.
that.
And then you know what? I said that we talked about this last week. There are three parallels in Atlanta sports that are dividing the fan base. So
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk
if you
about that.
haven't checked
We ain't gonna talk about that.
that out, if you haven't checked that
Quavo
out,
said. Quavo said. All right,
if
man.
you
Look,
haven't checked that out,
We gonna
my
leave that
brother
alone.
Dex broke it down. My brother Dex broke it down last week. So if
We gonna
you
leave that
haven't seen
alone.
that
We gonna leave that
part,
alone.
go check it out. So that's
We gonna
all
leave
I
that
said.
alone. That being said, I don't. Matt behave. I ain't got nothing to say
Quavo said.
about
Quavo
that.
said.
We gonna move
Quavo
on
said.
to
Man,
the.
Ryan sucks.
We
So
gonna
with
move
that
on
being
to the
said,
next.
before we move on, give our Super Bowl predictions. What's y'all Super Bowl prediction?
I got
I'm
Kansas
gonna
City
change
winning
my
out.
Super Bowl prediction. It's gonna be Baltimore and Seattle, and I see Baltimore by 4.
Mike?
Though it might be this drink though. It might be the drink. I don't know.
Good
I mean, I
idea.
got my me personally. I think it'll be Baltimore. I'm gonna go super hot take.
Ooh.
I think it'll be Action Jackson versus the Bad Man.
You know what? I'm gonna go with something just to piss LaDonna off. It's gonna be Axon Jackson versus Dakota Rain.
You really trying to get beat up. You really trying to get beat
Well, show's canceled.
Hey, look, if it's Action Jackson,
Woo!
I'm telling you right now, if the Cowboys somehow make the Super Bowl, she is gonna be man. She is going.
Yeah, she's cussing me out now.
You see what she put, right? You see what she
Yeah,
put.
yeah.
Oh man. Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, I
But
had
honestly,
to. I had to do it.
in all truth, that's my Super Bowl prediction. It will be the Ravens versus the Packers. That's
Oh,
my
okay,
Super Bowl.
okay,
That's
okay.
my Super Bowl.
Mike. Oh
My
boy,
heart is with
he's puffing. This is already about to
He
be
better not
bad.
say San. He better. You know what? He better not say San Francisco because it still fucks your doofus.
Oh boy. Oh Lord. Lord have mercy.
no, I
Lord have
would never
mercy on
do
my
my
soul and all that is within me.
I'm
Mm-mm.
gonna go I just my heart is just with my heart is with both the Baltimore Ravens, man. I just
Yeah.
for one I like Wink Martindale. He
Wink.
does
That's a
more with
cool. That is a cool name. Wink
it
Martindale.
really
That is
is.
an awesome ass
Wink
name.
Martindale is such a cool ass name and
That's an awesome
I
ass
he's
mean,
name.
I
doing
mean, there right now in football, there's only one name better, and that's the Missouri football head coach.
No, but you know what? You know what? I will share this, and then we'll go back. There's a guy that plays for Arizona State. He's the point guard. His name is Remy Martin. That's his name. His name is Remy Martin, and it's spelled exactly like the bottle. Remy Martin.
What about old boy Cavassier?
Casanova Jenkins or Casanova McKenzie.
Come on, yeah,
yo
him.
man.
Yeah, come
No,
on.
no, no.
Yeah.
What's the name of wait. What's the name of the Auburn Dante? If you still on. What's the name
That's
of the
him.
Auburn
Ain't that
cornerback?
Cavassier's?
No,
Cavassier
no,
something, yeah.
his name was no, his name was Smoke Monday or Smoke Friday, whatever his name was.
Yeah,
Smoke
smoke.
Friday,
I know who you talking about.
Smoke
Yeah.
somebody. He was the one that got the pick six against Alabama. What was his name? I think his name was Smoke Friday or Smoke Monday, something like that. But yeah, there's a point guard at Arizona State. I'm gonna go see them this weekend because they're playing Georgia. You know, I gotta go see Ant Man. His name is Remy.
Ah.
His name is Remy Martin. That's his name. But with that being said, go ahead, Mike. I ain't mean to cut you off. What's your Super
I
Bowl
don't
Hey,
prediction
even
what's
for
know,
up,
Super
say
man.
Bowl?
smoke? Oh
Like
well.
I said, I just want to see. I really want to see the Ravens, man. I like that team. Just they do things. They're just doing things they're not supposed to do, man. They're doing things they're
Wink
not
Martin there,
supposed to
man.
do.
Wink Martin,
And
and
that
you know
dude,
what? And, and everybody talks about how good that offense of Baltimore is.
but the
Nobody
defense.
talks about their defense.
That's what
Nobody
I'm
talks
talking
about their
about.
defense.
He's
I like
doing
that name
more
too,
with
Joe
less.
B. Yeah,
He's
that
doing
dude right
more
there.
with less, man. That's what I love. He's coaching the hell out of that team. And
Uh,
you don't outside of Earl Thomas, who do you really know on that defense? That's about it.
You're right. Oh no, no, no. Marcus Peters.
Marcus
Peters
Peters.
is there.
That's it.
Marcus
Marcus
Peters.
Peters, Jimmy
But
Jimmy
Smith.
Smith.
Jimmy, but you know what? But you know
What is
what?
their other
That's
guy?
good.
Their other corner. The one who's
Oh
they
yeah,
moved him to safety.
don't forget about Jodon. He was a third round pick.
Matt
And
Jordon's there.
Jodon, yeah,
They got some
Jodon's good. He's pretty
linebackers
good.
there.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
They had a guy who he's actually one of the best corners. Well, he's a safety now
Mm-hmm.
in Baltimore. He's
Well,
one of the best
he
in
let
football.
Marcus Peters definitely let Jalen Ramsey know he was better than him. So,
Yeah.
but I will say
Yeah,
this. I want to say two things before we
we gonna
move
leave that
on.
alone.
I'm gonna say a couple things before we move on. Brian Jones said that he predicts that it'll be Green Bay and Kansas City. That's pretty. That's pretty good.
Hmm.
Sean Jones said that we're sleeping on Green Bay, and he's a diehard Falcons fan. You can't go with the Rodgers. He steps his game up during the playoffs if they make it in. Sean Jones, if you didn't listen to me, what I said before, I said Green Bay will be in the Super Bowl playing against Baltimore.
Oh
That's my
wait,
prediction.
Earl Thomas is in Baltimore. Thanks for
Mm-hmm.
Donna. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He is in Baltimore. Yep, absolutely, absolutely. And yeah, Joe. Yeah, I forgot about that dude from high school, the coldest to ever do it, Crawford. Yeah, that takes the
Yeah,
cake.
that guy. That
That
guy.
takes
Yeah,
that
that's
takes
my guy right there.
that takes the cake. That takes the cake. Sean, you said Marcus Peters is not a good corner. I disagree. I think he's a top 10 corner to me. So,
Yeah.
but it is what it is. And Dex and Mike knows I'm very strict about cornerbacks. I am Deion Sanders 2.0. I evaluate all cornerbacks, and Marcus Peters is a top 10 cornerback. So
What's up, Jordan Daniel? What's good, man?
Dion.
I hate
Yeah,
LaDon saying that
man
shit.
said we need Doug Flutie.
Oh
This dude
boy.
just really just said we need Doug Flutie. Man, if you don't get on somewhere with that mess,
He must be going through
Anywho,
his. You know what? He must be.
so I'm just gonna
Hey, look,
change
Matt
the
must be
topic
walking
on
through his.
y'all because he
Hey,
don't brought
look,
up
Matt must
Doug
be doing his
Flutie.
maintenance right now. He must be doing his maintenance. That's why he's talking crazy. So, but
yo,
with that being said,
I mean,
with
he
that,
brought up
Sergeant
Flutie Flex, my
AR-10,
guy. Did
Sergeant
he just
AR-10,
bring
what's
up
good, man?
Flutie Flex? Yeah, get up out
right.
of
But
here.
with that being said, we'll
Next topic.
move on. Yeah, what's up, Dex? What's the next
All
topic?
right. Our next topic happens to be the MLB hot stove time. It is the owners' meetings, and we gonna talk about. Uh, I think, honestly, I think that the Nationals made the wrong move. I would have signed Tony. I would have kept Anthony Rendon and let Strasburg hit the market because
Well, the thing
Rendon
with
is a everyday player.
yeah, but what the thing about it is, you gotta look at it from a general manager's perspective. Tony Two Bags is probably one of the hottest baseball players right now, and he's going to explore his options. And I think the Nationals gave him, I think, what 230, 240 million, and he turned it down. So as a general manager, me personally as a general manager, I'm gonna sign a player that's been a consistent rock for my organization.
Mike in
So
chat is going ham, boy.
so to me
I
personally,
see.
I think the Nationals made the right move by signing one of their rocks because I honestly, and I said it to you guys, I don't think Tony Two Bags is going to stay in Washington because the man's hot right now. It's
I
the
mean,
same thing. It's the
I mean
same thing.
that's
It's
why I
the
said
same thing.
they should have focused on keeping him there because
But see, that's the thing though.
them injury issues with Strat that they ain't no telling because once you've had them, you prone to keep getting them. So
Yeah, but at the same time though, as a pitcher, you're not an everyday player, so you can keep him fresh. With an
right,
everyday
but
player,
the same
with an
thing with a
everyday
pitcher,
player,
all it takes is one bad slider to go and
That,
that
it's the
that,
ain't
same
that,
thing.
that
It's the
200
same thing.
million is gone, man. That
It's
200.
the same thing. You know what? Honestly, it's the same
you
thing
better
with
ask
everyday
Folty
players.
about that one.
You could take a bad slide from a player and get your knee knocked out.
But you can
It's
come back
part
and
of the game.
play. You can come back and play though.
Right.
It's not always what the
But
pitch.
you know what? It
Right.
all depends because I've seen players get kicked in the knee and they ain't never the same after that.
Right.
So
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
have
it's
seen some guys get spiked. We have. Yeah, we
right.
have.
I mean, it happens, but you got to look at it from a general manager's perspective. Anthony, I call him
Tony
Tony
Two
Two.
Bags. We
Tony
just
Two
stick with
Bags.
Tony
That's
Two
his name.
Bags because that's a
Tony
fire
Two
name.
Bags.
That's his new name.
So you coming off a World Series victory, and you're probably he's in the same boat as the bringer of rain, pretty much, because you saw Josh Donaldson turn down an
However,
18.
however, well, see, that was just a qualifying offer. That was the
Yeah,
security
that was a
thing to make
qualifier.
sure that was the security just to make sure that if he signed somewhere else, he still helps the team when he leaves.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I
But at the same time,
the word is that JD and the Braves want to continue this dance they got going. The
Mm-hmm.
thing is with I can't say Mustakas. Yeah, I can't
Mustakas,
say his name. Yeah, him.
Moose, just
Mustakas.
call him Moose.
The
Just
Moose
call him Moose.
with him signing up in where did he go? I don't
Cincinnati. He
remember.
was Cincinnati. Cincinnati.
But it was a 4-year deal. So now it pretty much guaranteed. that
But
it's
you got,
going to
but you
get
got,
4 years for JD.
but Mike, I'm gonna ask you one question. I'm gonna ask you this: Who is Tony Two Bags agent?
Oh my God. Is it Scott Boras, man?
The same guy that
It's a
got Stratford $250 million. I'm just saying it, man. I just look at it like this. I just look at it like this, and I'm being honest here. When you're hot as a player in any sport, you're gonna command the market. Even Joe B said it. He had his mind made up because the Nats gave him a very good deal. I mean, $250 is nothing to sneeze at, especially as a third baseman. But when you're hot and you got an agent like Scott Boras, you really think he told Tony Two Bags to take that offer or what? Come on, man.
I don't know.
This is the
I don't
same
know.
guy. This is the same
I
guy
don't
that
know.
got Bryce Harper 330 $30 million.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Way
yeah,
too
yeah.
much.
Oh,
Okay.
Right. So I mean, this is Scott Boras's MO. He is always about the supermax deal. And the thing about it is that Tony Two Bags is going to go and test the market. So whatever team signs him is going to have to pay out the ass to get him. Uh, and that's why I think, as like I said, as a general manager myself, and then even matter of fact, Strasburg is even a Scott Boras guy. Scott Boras is like basically like what Drew Rosenhaus is to the NFL. That man has all the major players in baseball. I think except Mike. I think Mike Trout is the only one that he doesn't have. But
Well, I'm gonna
that
need him.
man,
I'm
that
gonna need him to come represent me and get me some money. You know.
matter of fact, I think. Matter of fact, if I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. I think he's the one that handles Acuna's stuff. He handles Acuna's contract.
he better
Ronald.
not, goddamn.
I don't know because if he
Dex
did,
is
then
about. I mean, Dex is about to look it up. I may be wrong, but I
I'm
think
looking
he.
it up now. I'm
I
looking
think
it up
he.
now.
Is the agent for Acuna. So if it's true, we're gonna have to deal with that when Acuna. I mean, granted that he's signed an extension, we're gonna have to deal with that too as well. So as a general manager, if it was me and Strasburg was like, you know what, I want to come back to Washington, I'm gonna sign this deal. The Nationals made a pretty good decision on this because they don't even know Tony Two Bags coming. And honestly, I don't think he is. I think he's gonna go to the highest bidder because that's Scott Boras' MO. That's his MO. So
At
I
this
mean,
point, if
now
you've
if he comes
already
back,
won a World Series, get that money. I mean, that's just me. If you have already won a series, like, what's the point of like, what's the point of chasing another one when you haven't gotten that big max deal yet? Like for me, once I win one championship, I'm looking for money. I'm looking to pad, to pretty much set my financial for my future, man. Like I'm not worried about anything other than that. So if I
I
were,
look at like you said, Mike and Dex, like y'all said, you gotta strike while the iron's hot. You really do.
yeah, true that,
Especially
true that.
because you gotta think about it. You gotta think about it. We always said before, you're one play away from being not able to be the athlete that you was when you got
Right.
hurt or if
Eh,
something happened. So
well, I couldn't find who Ronald Acuna's agent is. Either way,
I
whoever he
really
is,
think it's Boras. I think it's Boras. I think
I don't think he. I don't think it's Scott Boras because if it was, we wouldn't have signed Acuna for the steal of a deal we got him for,
that's true. And
or
and
or
and uh
Ozzy or Ozzy
and
Albies
Albies, yeah.
because they have
So
the
I mean,
same
I don't know.
same
It's
agent.
just like I said, speculation. But from what I
Right.
said, Scott Boras is basically the
Okay.
guy he has guys like Chris Bryant, he has guys like Bryce Harper,
Right.
I don't know who else, Strasburg,
Yeah.
Tony Two Bags. Those are heavyweight guys. I mean,
Speaking of heavyweight guys, since we are on the subject, what you think about the Garrett Cole situation? Because word is that the Yankees ownership has pretty much said they want Garrett Cole, so that means they about to back
they're
out
going
on
to
this trade.
overpay. They're going to overpay, but this is the
Because
Yankees, like I said before.
last I heard, I checked on it this afternoon. It was like what they said, like an 8 or 9 year deal for 250 mil.
They're going to overpay. They're going to overpay for Garrett Cole because if you notice, the Yankees they don't have a problem with their bats. They have a problem with their pitching. And then with CC Sabathia retiring at the end of the season, the
Yeah,
Yankees are going to overpay for him. They
yeah,
really are.
yeah.
And I think only is Chapman still there? Is Chapman still with them? I know they was trying to trade him away. I think
Of
he's
all the
gone.
shot, I'm not sure.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
think
Yeah,
so.
I think so. Right now, we all talk what we say in free agency. Everybody's gonna overpay for an athlete. So if I'm a player out here, Tony Two Bags, Garrett Cole, Josh Donaldson, if I'm one of these guys, look, this is
Well,
probably my last shot at getting the big deal. So yes, I am gonna hold out for more money. It
well,
sucks. It sucks
w-
for us as fans because I want Donaldson to come back and bring that bringer around mentality back to Atlanta. But at the same time, you
oh
only
yeah,
have that.
I love the celly. I love the
Yeah,
celebration with the umbrella and all that. That was my fire. That was
yeah.
fire.
But as
However,
an athlete,
I understand. Go get your bag.
You only have that what? How
That
short
window,
is the window like
that
that?
that that baseball window. Yeah,
So
very much so.
right. So as an athlete, you trying to get your last big payday because that probably will be your last big payday. So shout out to all these
Right,
players out here that's trying to get the bag, honestly, because you know how I am. I'm very
right,
pro player. I'm
right.
very pro player.
Um, speaking of the bag, the word is in Braves country is that we're trying to bring back Donaldson. However, if we do not, our fallback plan is Marcel Ozuna. Yeah, you heard me, Ladonna. We're still in your man's
Adunya.
Wait, how's that? But how's that going to work out? I
because
mean,
Yeah,
okay.
because
Well, I
because
want to say. I just
if
want
we
to say
don't
this.
get
I just
Donaldson,
want to
we'll
say this.
sign Ozuna
Ozuna,
so we'll have a power bat. We'll put him in the
I understand
outfield
that.
and move Riley to third base where he naturally plays.
Okay, I understand that. But to me personally, if we offer Zunia what we could have offered Donaldson, wouldn't we better off keeping? Wait. I'll take that back even further. How old is Zunia younger than Donaldson?
Much.
Okay, well then I don't have no problem with that because Donaldson is
Right
old.
now, either way, right.
Right, but and Donaldson is long in the tooth. I mean, he did have a good year, but what's to say how he's going to be
yeah.
if we
How
get
he's
a
gonna
long-term
react?
deal?
Yeah.
If we do have that option
Right.
to
Okay.
give us,
Well,
if
with
we do
that
have
being
that, right? If
said,
we do. Well,
I
go
got
ahead.
we got a little bit of thing. We got a little cleanup duty to do because we have technically reached the end of the show. So before we do our our rant, since it is the Red Cup rants, got a little cleanup to do. Got a little bit of news to break tonight. One Vince Carter started. I mean, he played in his 1500th
Wow.
NBA game. That's 1500. Only 5 players in league history. One, two, three, four, fifth. Only that many has played in that many games. So shout out to VC, aka Ladonna's baby daddy. You ain't hear
Half
from me
man,
though.
half amazing.
You ain't hear from me though. Even though I think she found a way to get with Canelo because you look at her son. Moving on.
Oh my goodness.
The college basketball landscape has changed again. The number one team in the nation, the Louisville Cardinals, lost to Texas Tech by 13 at home. The number four, Maryland Terrapins, lost to Penn State by
What in the
7
world is going
on
on?
the road.
Why y'all
So,
surprised? This is college basketball. It's a lot more unpredictable than college football.
It
Way
is.
more
Jeez.
unpredictable. Way
I
more.
mean,
so,
dude.
so B Jones, it sounds like your Kansas Jayhawks with your rock chalk and all that other bullshit about to be the number one team again.
Oh yeah, another
So,
team y'all need to look out. Look, I will say this: another team y'all have to look out for in college basketball is Ohio State. I did watch them when they played North Carolina, and they beat them pretty good. So watch out for the Buckeyes on the hardwood. I know we talk about them on the gridiron with Justin Fields, but they got a pretty good basketball team too. So
yeah. All right. Got that out the way. What else do we have to? What other news do we need to clear? Is there any NBA news that y'all want to talk about? Anything happened recently
Oh,
that?
this one thing. I just want to tell Hawks fans this. Stop damn tripping. All right. Stop tripping about trade. That dude wants to win. He wants to win.
I
There's
mean, we're
nothing
down by
wrong.
3. We're down by 6 right now, but that ain't nothing. I mean,
Yeah, that's it. Like,
I'm with
oh,
you.
they in panic mode because he allegedly, went crazy and they had a little argument. in the locker room. But like, look, who he wants to win.
I
Who doesn't
mean,
want
to
to win?
me, what people also have to understand with the Hawks is that the John Collins suspension hurt us
Screw, screw.
way more than people ever want to give it credit for. That it was our number 2 scorer, our number 1
Rebounder,
rebounder, and pretty much our
shot
anchor on
blocker.
defense. Oh
Yep.
yeah, you lose that piece of your chemistry, that's going to take a big chunk out of the team because,
Yeah.
and believe it or not, even with our shitty record, we're still in line to be able to make a push
Make a
for the
push at the
playoffs.
playoff. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So, Hawkland,
Just
calm down, calm down. It's gonna be all right.
it's gonna be okay.
Now, with that being said, I did catch over the weekend that one Anthony Davis did drop a 50 spot. You know, 50 wings, deep fried lemon pepper sprinkles on them. Sheesh. Sheesh.
Mm-hmm. You
I
just
heard the
better watch
Pelicans are
out.
doing pretty decent too.
He
And
better watch out for
shout out to the Suns being the sleeper team of the league right
man.
now,
Look,
out there beasting.
I'm really like you better watch out for Mr. Booker, man. Booker been playing ball for a minute. He been playing
Yeah,
some good basketball.
Devin Booker is an
I will
amazing
say,
That
I would
dude is
player.
say,
real.
I want to say two things. And Mike's gonna get pissed off when I say this. Number one, the Lakers are the best team in basketball. Number two, number two, uh, Luca is probably gonna win MVP in about 2 to 3 years. And number three, Cam Reddish will be the most improved player, not this year, but next year. If he doesn't win Rookie of the Year this year, he will be the most improved player next year, and he will be a catalyst for the Hawks. He will be the player that I think he will be. That man's
I
ceiling is off
I
the
believe
charts.
once Cam gets up to fully up to speed, he's gonna be a monster.
That's the
I
thing. I
think
think the game is just a
Not
little bit
having
too
a
fast
summer
for him.
this year hurt
Yep.
him
Yep.
a
He
lot.
did.
I think so. But honestly, and like I said, I know all of us has given LeBron hella grief, but right now him and Anthony Davis are like the dynamic
Man,
duo
they
right
look
now.
good right now,
They
but that's
look
what I'm
good.
saying. This is still early in the game, and
Very
like I
early.
said
The
before,
way they look right now, LeBron looks refreshed. I mean, he
but
looks
that's
refreshed.
exactly what I'm getting to. That's exactly what I'm getting to. He's still what 34, 35. He's still 30. He's still
35.
mid age, and we saw last year what it looked like when he was in towards the end of the year. LeBron got tired, so
Right.
let's just enjoy the moment, Lakers fans. But you got to remember this man is still what 34, 35 years old, and
Still
let if
performing at a high level. And
yes,
Right.
Justin, you said Cam is a serious bust. Well, they said the same thing about Trey, and look how he's balling. So it is what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. You can't call a player a bust.
after
Can't
a
call.
It's
year,
not even
I
been a
mean,
full
look,
year, bruh.
you gotta look at it like this. Trey, they called Trey a
It ain't
bust
even been
last
3 months.
I mean,
right. And
let me take another drink, man.
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
but I will say this, Brian, you say the Lakers win the championship right now. You don't get an argument from me unless Kawhi and
Yeah.
Paul. You don't get an argument from me. Oh,
Man,
but there is a team out there that might be a threat, but they're in the East though. So the only time they'll see them is during the finals, and that's
what,
Giannis,
Milwaukee?
the Bucks.
Yeah, Milwaukee. That's it.
Walking. But other than that, you don't get an argument from me. The Lakers look good, and it's not just LeBron and AD. They got Dwight Howard. He's Diva 12. He's playing. Rondo. They're playing. So I mean, they got Kuzma. Kuzma doesn't get talked about that much, but that man will still give you 20, 25 a game if need be. So the Lakers look pretty good right now. So yeah.
Well,
Indeed.
So, but I'm good on that. I mean, just like I said, people tripping on Trey Young being emotional. That's what losing does. The man wants to win, and he's good at it. So y'all need to bump your brakes on that talk about he's being a crybaby. He wants to win. If you keep losing like that, you'll be mad too. Y'all say the same shit about Matt Ryan every year, so it's nothing different.
there he
Boy, you
goes.
stole the words right out of my mouth.
Ooh, there he
I was about to say
goes.
that.
I'm good. That's all I had to say. You know me. I'm all about my team. I mean,
Well,
I'm critical about my team, but at the same time, I can see where the potential is going. So y'all need to bump y'all brakes, okay? Just chill out. You
well,
know how he is. If you're a Georgia fan of Georgia teams, you know this ain't for the faint of heart. So don't
nah,
trip.
nah, it's not. It's not. It's not.
I'm
Woo.
good on that.
All right. That being said, we've reached that time, fellas. It's time for you, especially you, Mike, because I already know it's time for you to creep up to the mic, say what you got to say, so we can go home. It's time to rant.
Two things. I
Mike,
decided on two things.
go ahead, start, man. It's on you.
I started on two things, man. One, and I'll probably get some hate for this, but I really don't give a damn. Um, Lizzo just doing too much, dog. Like she's doing entirely too much. And I don't want to make this, as quote unquote, shaming or whatnot. But there's a time and a place for everything. And I'm one of those people who wants everybody to be comfortable with who they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, be comfortable with who you are. I'm one of those guys who employs everybody to and encourages everyone to say exactly what's on your mind and never hold back, regardless of who likes it or not. But there's a time and a place for everything. And going to a basketball game with your ass hanging out, just like that's not acceptable anywhere. It's not acceptable anywhere. And like I said before, man, we got kids. I don't want my damn kid looking at your big ass, your big fat ass. I mean, I don't want to see that mess. I don't want to see that crap. I want
Oh
to look
man.
at. I'm trying to sit here and watch Kobe hit 60. I don't want to look at your ass. Nobody is there to look at your ass.
Kobe hit
No
60. I didn't
one.
know Kobe was playing.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to see
Yeah.
that. So it's a time and a place for everything. And like I said before, I encourage everyone to be who you are and express yourself in whatever way. All right, whichever way you please. But don't come to the game with your ass hanging out. Okay, I don't want to see that. This is not good. This is not metropolitan. All right, this is not metropolitan. All right, at all.
Really?
And
Okay.
people in
It's
Atlanta knows exactly what I'm talking about when I say
really,
metropolitan. All right,
really, Mike.
so
Keep moving,
absolutely.
Mike.
All right.
Keep moving, Mike. Keep moving.
But in all seriousness, this is something that I want to kind of end it with is
Your real parting shot. Okay, I feel you.
this is the real parting shot. This is something, just a serious turn. You got these kids, man. We got to understand that your life is precious, dog. Life is precious, and it's not a joke. You know them little things that you use for pain pills. They're not Skittles, dog. They're not Skittles. Okay, these things are meant to heal, to help you with pain. They're not recreational drugs. Okay, it wasn't meant for that. Let's like a lot of these older guys, a lot of these rappers, these entertainers are glorifying these drugs that are meant to be used for medical reasons. They're not meant to be drugs. And to see another young rapper dead because of an overdose, we got a problem. And I wish that a lot of people, a lot of older people, take it amongst themselves instead of sitting back and saying, just let the young man, just let the young man live, man. Let him live, bro. Like that's like who, like seriously, can you look at yourself in the mirror and say and be happy with yourself to see your homeboy dead because you were too fucking chicken to tell him like, bro, ease up on that. You might not want to do that. Can you live with yourself saying something like that or not saying anything at all? And you see a 21-year-old rapper, entertainer, whoever, dead because an overdose. If you can live with yourself, man, so be it. But we gotta protect our kids, dog. Like we gotta protect these young kids and just say it, man. So that's my part shot, man.
Um, damn. Dre.
Nah, I'll
I,
let you go.
I I feel like a Mike Tyson fight. I don't know how to follow that. Like,
I'm still trying to get my thoughts together on that, so I
whew,
might let you go get your rant on. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm gonna say because he just messed up my whole rant. So,
you too, huh? Mm,
but I think I got mine. But I'm gonna let you go. So I'm trying to make sure it's good. So I'm gonna let you go.
I think I got one. I got one. I'm about to piss some people off.
Uh-uh.
Well, that's what our show is. That's why we rant. We don't make plans.
First of all, let me do this the right way. All right, yeah, let me go ahead and slide about this corner real quick.
Mm.
Parents, up here, right here. Look at me. When your child has something, an event, a recital, program, um, uh, uh, I needed my little group said meet us over here. Show some support. My child had an event last night. Event started at 6:30. We got there 6:15. You know how many parents were there? Two. Me and Kendall.
Wow. Wow.
But you wonder why these kids don't know what the hell's going on. They don't know left from right, up from down. You wonder why kids feel alone and don't feel supported. Because when they have things to do, you don't support them. And then the other problem that parents are having, and yeah, I'm still talking about y'all, is y'all too busy trying to be a fucking friend instead of being a parent. You'd rather be your child's buddy and joke and play instead of putting your foot down when it's time to put your fucking foot down. And then when something happened and you wonder, no, not my child, yes, your fucking child. Oh, I'm sorry, your best friend. Because you let him do dumb shit. And then when something happened, you sitting there looking dumb. Well, if you did your fucking part, it wouldn't get to that point. See, what people don't understand about me, I know everything that happens in my house at all times. And I got plenty of going on in my life. I'm a student. I'm a veteran. Might be moving soon. But I still know what's going on in my kids' life at all times. I know about their grades. I know about their events. I know about them, their little friends. I know about that, both of my daughters have people that quote unquote has crushes on them. And I think it's hilarious because they don't know what to do with it. When's the last time you checked up on any of your child? Hmm? But then you have school violence. My children go to Thurl High School in Atlanta, Georgia. Last year there was a fight every day in school. Every day. They locked the school down the last half of school. Didn't know that, did you? Because you don't check on your children. You don't ask what's going on. You don't do your part. And then when these kids get out here and don't know how to take care of their fucking selves, when it's time for them to actually hit society, because we black, most of us, and the black stigma is, oh, you 18, go out there and fend for yourself. Knowing good and damn well you too busy trying to be your child's friend, so they don't know how to take care of themselves because you ain't taught them shit. Little boys don't know how to be little boys, so they can't take rejection. They don't know what no means. So now they've been told no, and now they getting violent towards little girls. Well, guess what? I got two little girls. Do something wrong to my little girls, and the Marine Corps veterans gonna come out, and you will disappear. You and your fucking family. Try me. My brother has a son, and I'm not gonna tell you about the story about my nephew, but I will let you know. I am the type of motherfucker that will sit in jail with a smile on my face because you messed with one of mine. Do your job as a parent. You won't have to worry about these kids getting up out of line, because it's either you take care of them or the state gonna take care of them. And if those two don't do it, the streets will. And I survived the streets, barely. These little motherfuckers ain't cut for these streets. You don't know nothing about kicking doors in the middle of the night to make ends meet. You don't know nothing about driving back and forth to Houston to make ends meet. That's what I did. Oh, did you think just because I'm goofy, I don't know nothing?
No?
You know what? Let me get the hell up out of here before I get this fucking show shut down. Dre, get us up out of here, man.
Well, damn. Well, damn. Well, damn.
You want the bell? You need your ring bell, Dre? I got you. Hold on.
Nah, I don't need a bell, man.
There you go.
No, he ain't got none. He ain't got that cognac in him yet. I don't think.
He ain't got no yet. He ain't
Nah,
got no
I'm about to
yet.
eat some of this. I'm about to eat some of this taco spaghetti I made as soon as I get it.
Yo.
Taco spaghetti sounds amazing. Can I have some? You got
It
the recipe?
was. I got the recipe from a friend of mine. But I'm gonna say just a few things. Actually, one is about sports. One's about sports and one's about not sports. But the one thing about the sports part shot I'm gonna get is shout out to Anthony Joshua getting his belts back from Ruiz. Dad bod.
That by
Ruiz,
2020 still.
yeah, Ruiz admitted that he was partying too hard and not training enough, and he's a real man for admitting that, because I remember Mike Tyson getting gonorrhea and winning the heavyweight championship in one night. So,
Whoa!
and if you haven't watched the Tyson documentary, he admitted it himself that he had gonorrhea when he won that fight against Burbick. That's why I think that Tyson is the greatest of all time, because he won a heavyweight championship while he was being burned by a chick. That is awesome shit, right? With that being said, I applaud Joshua for getting his belts back, but I got to give you some of this donkey of the day or part shot. You sat there and you said that you're willing to take on Deontay Wilder, which me and a lot of fans want to see. A lot of fans that want to see this, but I can remember quite fondly that Deontay Wilder was willing to fight you for $50 million, and you and your manager, Chicken Eddie Hearn, as I call him, said that that wasn't enough. I remember Floyd Mayweather fighting for $32 million. So you telling me 50 is not enough? So you looking funny in the light, bro. That's Deontay said he's ready, and I've been critical of Deontay because I said that he lost before he knocked out Ortiz. He was losing this fight. But the thing I can say about Deontay is that Deontay will fight whoever and whenever. He's fighting Tyson Fury in February, which I will be there because it's probably going to be in Vegas, and Vegas is right up the street, and I'm going to go and watch and see him fight. So,
Well, I guess I
uh,
need to be making my way on downtown then, huh?
Hmm.
hey man, if you better, you're gonna be working the Intel anyway, so you better start saving your coins, and we all gonna because we all going. So,
Hey,
but
looks like I got a
I'm gonna
fight to go
need,
to.
I'm gonna need, I'm gonna need all boxers to take heed to what I'm saying here. There are a lot of good fights on the horizon. Y'all just need to stop being bitches about it and fight. This is what we didn't expect in the 80s and 90s when Tyson and before Tyson went to prison, him and Holyfield was set to fight. Holyfield was like, I could beat you, and Tyson was like, prove it. And they had a match set up, but then Tyson went to prison, so it didn't happen. It did happen later on down the road, so it eventually happened. Marvin Hagler and Ray Leonard, to me, it's probably in one of my top 5 fights happened. Thomas Hearns and Marvin Hagler happened, which is probably one of the greatest 3 rounds in boxing that I've ever seen.
Whew, man. Oh my
I,
God.
I
Sure.
think that I think a lot of boxers are following the Floyd Mayweather blueprint, which is I fight when I'm ready to fight. I'm not going to fight because the fans see me fight. And I'm saying this, and a lot of people know, Dex and Mike know that I'm a big Floyd Mayweather fan, but there was a lot of fights that he avoided or he waited until they was old and decrepit to fight. Manny Pacquiao. But I
Pew.
can't but I can't fault him for that. I don't sign the checks. I don't negotiate the fights. I'm just a fan like everybody else. I'm just voicing my opinion on this. But I think if Anthony Joshua was really wanting to fight the winner, either Deontay Wilder or the winner of Wilder and Fury, that he would have a contract ready to go, and he shouldn't turn down $50 million to fight Deontay. Deontay was willing to come to England to fight Joshua. He was ready. He was willing to go, and Joshua still was like, "Nah, I'm good." That just lets me know that Joshua is not the fighter that everybody says that he is.
Oh,
To me,
Ooh,
he's not. He's
ooh,
not. He's the undisputed champion right now because he has 4 belts. But honestly, I'm gonna say it right now, and maybe he'll change my mind down the road. I think Joshua's scared of Wilder. I think he really is. I think he's scared of Wilder.
I
man,
mean, if he got beat by
Anthony
Ruiz,
Joshua ain't trying to get his face knocked in. What are
yeah,
I
you
he
really
talking
ain't.
think
about?
he is. I really think he is. And I think, to me personally, from a boxing fan viewpoint, as a pure, like watching a pure fighter fight, I think that Joshua has the skills to outbox Wilder. I just think he's scared of that one hit quitter that Wilder has.
I
I
think
really
he
do.
he's definitely afraid of that one hitter quitter
I
because
think he. I
the
think he's
thing that
definitely
Wilder can
afraid of
do that Dadbot didn't do is cut the ring off. He gonna stop him
right.
from running, and he
And
gonna get him
and I
right
and I
within range
think
and
that
pop his ass.
right. And I think that Wilder said himself, you take 12 rounds to figure out how you're going to beat me. All I need is 1 second or one shot. And that's true. You saw it in the Ortiz fight. Ortiz was dominating Wilder all the way up until that knockout.
Oh
Ortiz,
yeah,
I,
yeah,
I had Wilder losing that fight.
I did
Mm-hmm.
too.
And all it took was one
Was it 5 rounds
punch.
to one? Yeah,
No,
5 rounds to one.
I had it as a shutout. It was a shutout to me.
6-0?
I don't think what I don't think Wilder won a round in
Shit.
that thing. Me, I don't think he did.
I've heard that too.
But
I've heard several people say that.
I think
I
a lot of
mean, I mean, both
what's the
results are
guy's
right
name?
around the same. So either way, it
What's the
took
guy's name?
it
It
took
wasn't
that shot. So
yeah, I had Wilder down 6-0. Like he really had to rally to even make it a draw. But you know how boxing goes. All you need is, like Tyson said, all you need is 1 second. And all you need is one opportunity. And and that's what Wilder did. Wilder did what he had to do and he won the fight. So to me personally, I think Joshua is ducking Wilder because he doesn't want to be that casualty on Deontay Wilder's record. Do I think Deontay Wilder is a good fighter? He can be. but I think he has a lot of stuff to work on. I think that he needs to start throwing his left more.
Yeah.
It depends too much on that right to end fights. I think he should be more complete as a fighter because he has the tools to be a good fighter. But I think that he needs to improve on a lot of things. I think that the fact of the matter is that he's a black heavyweight champion. We get caught up in that. I'm guilty of that because we haven't seen a black heavyweight champion since what? Tyson, Holyfield, Riddick
Yeah.
Bowe. When's the last
Yeah.
time we seen a black heavyweight champion? A black American heavyweight champion.
It's been a
When's the
while.
last time we seen one?
It's
Yeah, because Klitschko had that
I
shit
seen
together.
Rock. Yeah, exactly. I seen Rockman,
yeah. Klitschko had
Mike
the
Tyson,
game
Riddick Bowe.
locked
When's
down.
the last time we seen one? Like it hasn't been one. So I think we get caught up in that. But at the same time, as a boxing purist like myself, I like to see skill. I like to see the sweet science of boxing. So
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
love to see this fight happen, but the way it's looking right now, and you know how these commissioners are, the WBC, the IBF, they always have their mandatory challengers. They always have their guys that you have to fight before you fight the certain fight. So I don't think I will see. I don't think we're going to see a Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua fight no time soon. Because I know Deontay said that he wanted to unify the belts. I don't see that happening because boxing is a business. It's a very shady business. It's not going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen now. Have I been wrong? Yes, because I said that Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor wasn't going to happen because Dana White hates boxing and boxing hates the UFC, but it happened. So I've been wrong before, and I've admitted that I've been wrong. So
Yeah, I
I
wish he
mean,
wasn't wrong. That fight was boo boo.
I didn't even watch it. I didn't. I didn't watch it. As much as I was a Floyd Mayweather fan, y'all know how I was about that fight. That fight.
That
That fight.
that fight was
Matter of fact,
garbage.
matter of fact, if I wanted to see a fight like that, all I had to do was go home and pop in the Great White Hype with Samuel Jackson and Damon Wayans. That's all I had to do. That's all I had to do. And Justin Rogers, you said Lennox Lewis, but Lennox Lewis is not American. He's British, so he
Hmm.
doesn't. I
Yeah.
mean, he's one of the greatest heavyweight champions of all time. But I'm talking about Black American heavyweight champions in my book. So, and then he asked what's Mayweather going to do now that he announced his return. The only reason why I think that Mayweather came back is because I think he's going to fight Manny Pacquiao. That's the only thing. He's going to fight Manny again. I don't see him fight. I know Terrence Crawford called him out. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think he's going to fight him. As much as I love Floyd, Floyd is going to fight somebody that he
Oh, he
feels,
can run and it'll make it easy for him to run. That's all.
or he's going to
I
fight
think
somebody
he's gonna
that he
fight somebody
feels,
that's gonna get him a paycheck, a good one.
Yeah.
or he's going to fight somebody that he feels comfortable that he knows he's going to beat. He's not going to fight a Terrence Crawford. He's not
Oh
going to fight.
no, he's definitely no.
He's not going to fight Earl Spence. He's not going to fight. He's not even going to fight, even though he beat him before. He's not going to fight Canelo again. He's not even going to fight Canelo. So
Nah, new
I mean,
Canelo is a monster. Nah, he don't want them
yeah,
problems.
exactly. So he's not. He's not
Yeah,
even.
that's
You
a
know what?
different
He's not
type of
even
Canelo now.
far.
This is a different Canelo. This is
Yeah,
not the same
Canelo
Canelo.
will
Right.
break his face now.
Canelo has improved a lot since that last fight. I don't see Floyd fighting him. I don't even see Floyd fighting Charlo brothers,
Mm-mm.
honestly, or Triple G. So
Yeah,
Floyd is only going to come back to fight. He'll get a couple tune-up fights just to make a payday, and I hope they're cheap because I want to go see him fight because it's on my bucket list. It's on my bucket list. I want to
I
see Floyd
know.
fight.
I
It's on
know.
my bucket list. So he's going to have a few tune-up fights, and then he's going to go fight Manny, and then that's going to be it. So that's my one rant, and I know we're running short on time, so I'm gonna be very brief with this one. I'm gonna need all my parents to stop with the selective outrage that
Oh,
these kids are doing with Juice WRLD. Like I've never listened to Juice WRLD's music. The only reason I know about Juice WRLD is because of my son. He holds him in high regard as ex, who tragically passed away in getting killed, shot and killed in Florida. I'm gonna need my people in general to stop with selective outrage because you're sitting here chastising these kids about somebody that they love and idolize, but I remember a lot of you guys watching Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson's funeral like you knew the person, like you knew the person.
Yep.
And I'm guilty as well because I was supposed to go to work the day of Nipsey Hussle's funeral, and I
Yep.
watched that, and then I went to work tired as hell. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna need y'all to chill and understand. Like my son didn't even know Juice WRLD died. I had to tell him because he told me how much that he influenced him. Like people be like, "Oh, he was just another drug-induced rapper." Yeah, that's cool, but Biggie and Pac wasn't angels in their light, and plenty of people, including myself, listen to their music. I know Pac wasn't an angel. I know Pac did some dirty shit, but guess what? I still listen to Ambitious as a Rider
Mm-hmm.
daily, and people still, R. Kelly to me is basically a fuckboy who should be evaporated from the earth. But guess what? People still listen to his music. Why? Because I don't know. I stopped listening to music after all the shit came out, and I stopped listening to it way before then because of all the shit that he did. But people still listen to his music. Why? Because they were like, let's separate the music from what he did. People still defend R. Kelly to this day,
Mm-hmm.
and he's to me. So to the people that's talking about X and Juice World are not legends, that's cool. That's your opinion. But don't chastise these kids for looking up to these people the same way we looked up to Biggie and Pac and Whitney and Michael Jackson and all them, and they all got transgressions. So that's my whole take on that. And whoever said that South Park Mexican was a legend, he's serving 45 years for molesting a child. So fuck that guy too. That's all I gotta say about that.
Whoa.
I'm done with my part shot. So that's all I gotta say about that. So we're good.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Red Cup Rant. Woo! This is look, man. This is not your average show. We say what's on our minds, man. It is definitely not PG. So
My
if
bad.
you have
My bad.
kids
Whew.
in the room, you don't want them to hear certain things.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
probably not the show.
Yeah.
All right,
And
it's
another
probably
thing,
not.
Before we sign out.
well, go ahead, Dex. I just want to say something before we find out.
Yeah, I got to do a little bit of house cleaning before we sign out. One, like Mike said, this is Red Cup Rents. The name, the proof is in the pudding. The name tells it all. Red Cup Rents, my guy. Red Cup Rents. The network is called Strictly Prohibited Network. We named it that reason for a reason. We say what everyone else is afraid to say. We ain't gonna hold back. Ain't no need to. We not mainstream media, and even if we was, we still wouldn't hold back. Why? Because when we tell you the truth, you tend to lean to us more. So we're gonna tell you what it is, all the way what it is, the way it's gonna be. That being said, I left one topic on the table for a reason. We're not gonna talk about the Cowboys because we here at Strictly Prohibited Network, we have a show just dedicated to them guys. I want y'all to tune in after every Cowboys game right here on Strictly Prohibited Network and catch my brother Boom and my sister Mimi. The chain reaction with Boom and Mimi after every Cowboys game. Boom is one of the most unbiased, hell raisinest Cowboy fans you will ever meet.
It's I'm gonna tell you right now. If you haven't listened to Boom and Ladonna on our show,
You
you're
missing
missing
something.
out. It's
You
probably
missing.
one of our it's probably one of our best shows on the network. If you're a
I,
Cowboys fan, please listen to them because they're probably one of the two most unbiased Cowboys fans I know. So
yeah,
please listen to them. And
yeah,
another thing, Hodgepodge show every Saturday. Please listen to them as well because I
yep.
love
Saturday
the show.
nights, 10 p.m.
Please listen to
East.
Hodgepodge show with Patrick Hodge and Sean Harrison. He commented on our comment earlier.
Yep.
Please listen to the
Shout out
show.
to
It's
them.
pretty good. And we
Um,
already talked about Brian Jones. He's bringing the heat in 2020. So
yep. And we
hey
got
man, we're
we
expanding. Hey look, we're
uh
expanding. we're
We are
expanding.
expanding.
We are expanding.
I've been waiting to announce this one, and I don't care if Ladonna's ready, but I'm saying it anyway. If I gotta play tech man for it, then I get to announce it. We got another show
And,
coming.
look,
It's called the Champagne Conversations. It's gonna be with Ladonna, Nikki, and Kim. Y'all might not know who those three are yet, but you will get to know them.
women. I'm talking to the women.
Three
That's
women
listening.
talking about the issues of today
Right.
from
The
a
women,
women's
if
set
y'all out
point
there
of
listening,
view. So
if
when I
any women,
tell you they coming with some craziness, and we do have a start date from what I've been told, it's gonna be January 16th. Just be ready, because
and women, if there's any women out there listening, please listen to the show because these are
yeah,
very opinionated women
yeah,
and they have a lot of knowledge about stuff that we don't know about. So please
right.
check in. And then also,
Men, you might want to tune in too, so you can understand
absolutely,
the
so we can
struggle
learn.
of a woman.
Because trust me, I don't know everything about women. I'm still learning, and every time I do learn, they move the playbook. So please
Yeah,
listen.
yeah.
Oh, they do.
Every time we think
Oh,
we
they
Please
learn,
do.
they
listen.
change the play.
Yes,
You
they
right?
do. And
Because
also, two things I want to say before we sign off. Number one, Mike, Dex, and Matt and Phil are we're doing a wrestling podcast with those guys. We don't have a date yet, but
and
we're
we don't
definitely
really have a name, but it's coming. Because
it's
That's coming.
coming. It's
most of the
coming.
names we thought
All my,
about have
I
already been
know
taken. So fucking bumps.
I know a lot of people have been hitting me up talk about when y'all gonna talk about wrestling.
Oh,
It's
we got
coming.
it.
It's
It's
coming.
coming.
It's
It's
Tomorrow,
coming.
coming.
baby.
It's coming.
It's coming.
It's
We got
coming.
4 guys. Like I said, I'm a casual wrestling fan, so I'm gonna bow out gracefully on this one. But we
I
got 4 guys. We got 4 guys that follow wrestling religiously. So we're definitely gonna get that off the ground. So
yeah,
just
yeah,
be
yeah.
patient. Number two, we're gonna have. I know I said that we're not gonna have a show on Christmas because I'll be traveling, going to see family. But we are gonna have a end of the year show on New Year's Eve. So we're gonna talk about Red Cup Rants, how it's grown and what it's come from,
True,
and
true.
we might tease y'all with a little bit of bits we had over the year, over the
Yeah,
time.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Because there's a couple bits that we got that we need to
Some
scratch out
heat.
there. We
Some
got
heat.
some heat there for you, so we're gonna.
Also, on that note, I will tell y'all that Red Cup Rants will be changing a little bit.
Okay,
Every so often, what you see tonight won't be what you get. We are gonna start tackling some things in society that need to be discussed.
Mm-hmm.
Things like mental health. Things like how men treat women.
yeah.
Self esteem. Things of
And
those
and look
natures.
and look.
Because
Please chime in. Please chime
yeah,
in. Like I said, me and Mike, we're gonna just talk about our experience, but
right,
it'd be more than helpful if we had people check,
right, right.
check in, talk about. Because like I said, we all don't know everything. We
Yeah,
act like it sometimes, but we don't know everything. So
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna need the audience on on certain stuff like this. So be
I
more
don't.
than happy to check in and stuff like
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't know shit. Okay.
that.
I
I'm
used
I
to
don't know what to
say
find
I
out.
act
I
like
used to
it.
say I know a little bit about a lot of stuff, and then I used to say I knew a lot about a little bit. I'm a
Yeah,
Marine Corps veteran. I ate crayons. I don't know shit.
yeah. But we act like it. So, we
Dre, you know
struggling.
what that means? Yeah, yeah.
We know it. Like I said,
Yeah,
we're really trying to get this off the ground, and
yeah.
I don't want to take anything from Dexter's thunder because he's gonna close us out. Two
Okay.
things. We're gonna have the end of the year show
Uh-huh.
uh, on December 31st. So I would love everybody that kicked it with us to come because we're gonna have a lot of fun. It might go over 2 hours a little bit because we will probably have a lot of things to cover because it's the end of the year show. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure a lot of people that's been kicking it with us, they're gonna have questions and they're gonna have your favorite memory from Red Cup Rants because it's trust me, it's a lot. But number two, uh, we just appreciate the support.
Oh yeah.
Without y'all, it's no us. So we want to give back to the fans. That's all we want to do.
Yep.
Like I
Oh
said,
yeah.
to come from blogging to being on radio to coming to be live where you can see our face and interact with us. That's big.
Yeah.
So we appreciate everybody out there that's been on this journey with us. We're really trying to get this up off the ground. And it's not just me. It's Dex. It's Mike. It's LaDonna. It's Samani. It's Brian. It's Patrick. It's Sean. It's the whole network. So
Oh,
we're
we got
definitely
some.
trying to get something right. And then on top of that, uh, Kim and Nikki and LaDonna are going to have their own special just for the women to have their. We're trying to give a woman a safe space to express how they feel because we know how it is with women nowadays. They don't have that safe space to be expressive without being judged or attacked. So us as Strictly Prohibited Network wants to give them that safe space to express how they feel without no judgment. So
Indeed.
when
Indeed.
January 16th pops off, Champagne Talk, or I think I got it wrong.
Champagne
Probably
conversations.
Champagne
Close
Conversation.
enough, Dre. Close enough.
Please, please tune
We've
in.
been on the red cup, my guy.
Right. Please,
Ooh,
yeah, please tune in.
ooh. I like that.
Please tune in. Please tune in. And like I said, we have us men, we need to figure out stuff too. So we gonna
Yeah.
chime in as well and listen. So
Yeah.
that's all I gotta say. I don't want to go too far, but we got a lot of good things going on in 2020. So just stay tuned. We're really gonna take off with this network.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, we here Strictly Prohibited Network, Red Cup Rants, Parting Shots, Hodgepodge Show. In the zone will be Jones and everything that's coming. We thank y'all. We thank y'all. We thank y'all for supporting us. Thanks for tuning in. And we probably won't be here until the end of the year show because it is holiday time. There's gonna be a lot of travel. There's a lot of things that's going on. So we will see y'all at the end of the year.
December 31st. December
We we we
31st.
we we are
And go
very
and hit that
grateful.
subscribe button. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button
Yeah,
with your Facebook. Go and hit that like button.
right, right.
Help us continue to grow, man, and
Share,
tell
subscribe.
everybody.
Thank you, Pat. Pass the word.
Mm-hmm.
That that
Everybody.
that being said, we are so grateful. Thank you.
We are. We are. Appreciate it.
Yep.